curveball, and I like it. Not many guys throw it anymore, and as effectively as he's been able to.
Here's his pitch to McCarthy, swung on and tapped foul. McCarthy stays alive with 2 strikes. Joey Cantillo, 26 years of age, has that prototype size for a starting pitcher in the big leagues anymore. 6'4", 225. Here's his 1-2. Upstairs for a ball. And the count's now 2-2. Patrick Bailey wondering if McCarthy didn't go all the way around instead of checking his swing. For Joey Cantillo, tonight is start number 27. He has a 9-7 record, an ERA of 3.80. Just under 5 innings a start, 10 strikeouts, 4 walks every 9 innings. Now the 2-2, down low, ball 3. McCarthy, part of a recharged Colorado offense, and they always swing the bats well here in Denver. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball missed upstairs for ball 4, and McCarthy draws a leadoff walk.
That's a tough leadoff. McCarthy likes to be on base. He likes to rattle pitchers, and he can steal some bases, and he'll be very aggressive over there. You really love to start that game lefty on lefty with 1 out, nobody on base.
Now Kyle Karros, the third baseman, right-handed hitter, just off the injured list today, and he takes an off-speed pitch outside for ball 1. Karros, the son of former Dodgers star Eric Karros, and he's been a nice boost to this lineup. Here's the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Before the injury, he was hitting .265 in his rookie season. 10 home runs, 44 driven in, and 20 doubles. Big right-handed hitter. The 1-1 swung on, and that's cued slowly to the first baseman Lowe. He'll take it to the bag in time for the out as McCarthy moves up to second. And there's 1 down with a runner in scoring position now for Colorado.
It's always a great move to really attack a guy that just gets activated. First at bat against live in-game pitching. I always like to go right at him so they don't get to see too many pitches.
Now Cole Carrig, another rookie who's had an outstanding start to his major league career. Here's the pitch to him. And it's in tight for ball 1, but Patrick Bailey, the catcher, wants to challenge. So our first ABS challenge of the night. And it's by the Guardians. And the pitch is indeed a ball. So the call confirmed, and Cleveland's down to 1 challenge left. Get you that defense for the Guardians. Stephen Kwan in left field. Petey Halpin in center. Chase DeLauder in right. And they'll run a lot here in Denver. Big outfield. The 1-0. Off speed, low and in, 2-0. On the infield, Nathaniel Lowe at first. Travis Bazzana at second. Angel Hanao, the start at short tonight, with Jose Ramirez around at third and Patrick Bailey catching Joey Cantillo. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the curve, and it's 2-1. I mentioned earlier our game time temperature, 88 degrees. And that's brought to you by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your team with Gusto. No score in this game. Patrick Bailey out to the mound quickly. What do you see, Scott, that would cause him to go out there so fast?
Maybe thinking the guy on seconds, picking something up with his setup, with his pitch selection. So just want to make sure you're on the same page right there.
So a quick mound visit with a count of 2-1 on Carrig, playing in his 60th major league game after he started his year at AAA. He's hitting .281 with 5 homers and 34 driven in. The pitch to him, down low for a ball. And that's been the key for the Rockies. Yes, they're still only at 50 wins, worst record in the National League, but they love their lineup, and they love the youth in that lineup. Big futures ahead offensively for the Rockies. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, popped it up, foul, out of play, first base side. It's a big ballpark, 3 decks most of the way around. In fact, that upper deck wraps all the way around almost to center field. And they have party areas up top. Here's the 3-2. Did he check his swing? No, he went too far on a pitch that may have been down low, but that's strike 3. Carrick's retired. Now there's 2 down in the inning. And it brings up T.J. Rumfield, one of the best rookies in baseball. No score. Runner at second base. Rumfield leads all rookies in batting average at .292, 13 home runs, 60 runs driven in. Big left-handed hitter. Takes a breaking ball outside ball 1. They got him in a minor deal with the Yankees in the offseason. Yankees getting a minor league pitcher in exchange for, at the time, a minor league first baseman, the 1-0. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Rockies people saying that with Ben Rice entrenched at first base for New York, they let this guy walk after putting up some impressive numbers in the Yankees minor league system.
He's putting them up here in Denver as well, leading RBI guy for these young Rockies.
The 1-1 misses low and outside, 2-1. Well, they have a new front office here, Paul DePodesta, who's been ahead of baseball operations in various positions throughout baseball for 5 different teams. The 2-1, upstairs, 3-1. So he took over as the president of baseball operations in December. He brought Josh Burns over from the Dodgers as the general manager, both with Cleveland connections early in their careers. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, foul back into the net, and it's 3-2. And well, by all accounts, the changes have been extremely positive. They're still trying to figure out pitching, but it seems like they've been trying to figure that out since the franchise started back in 1993.
You know, pitching's a tough one for all major league teams. Cleveland has the luxury of having 5 or 6 guys that continue to run out there every 5 days, and that consistency can really help a starting 5, and it really helps the bullpen.
Payoff pitch coming to Rumfield. Here it is. Down low, ball 4, and there's a second walk in the inning allowed by Cantillo. The Rockies now have runners at first and second with 2 down. And the pitch count starting to climb for Joey Cantillo. He's up to 22 pitches here in the first inning. Don't forget, whenever the Guardians win, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers will donate $500 to Cleveland Guardians charities to support youth access to sports in Cleveland. Castro takes a strike on the inside corner. Changeup from Cantillo. A lot of soft stuff early. Now the lefty sets, checks the runners. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on, bounced near the middle, on through, base hit. Rounding third, heading for home is McCarthy. He will score. And the Rockies take the early lead on the RBI single by Willie Castro. Yeah, the walks come back to hurt Cantillo as Rumfield moved up to second on the play, but Castro found the hole in the middle of the diamond.
Yeah, walks always hurt, but a leadoff walk, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's about 72% will score. So a walk's a walk, but a leadoff walk, you almost want to double that one.
Jordan Beck, the batter, takes a breaking ball strike on the inside corner. So Colorado with the early lead here tonight. Here's the 0-1. Beck swings and misses. Strike 2. Beck, who had a really solid season a year ago. Injuries have slowed him this year, and he's just never gotten it going. Only 40 games in the major leagues. Batting just .179 with a home run and 10 runs driven in. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch to him, and he swings and chops it foul. Over to the Guardians dugout on the third base side. A year ago, Beck played in just under 150 games and finished with 16 homers and 53 driven in. Just can't get it rolling this year. Here's the 0-2. Just missed outside. Went with the curve again. And it's 1-2. That's the big change for Colorado. They were 29th in runs scored a year ago. They are 6th in the major leagues in runs scored heading into play tonight. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. And normally there's a pretty significant difference home and road. Not so this year. Yes, they score more at home, but it's not a significant difference as in years past. The 2-2. Swung on, pulled foul outside of third.
I think, Rosie, that's because they're putting more balls in play, taking more walks. It's not all about the Colorado high-altitude home runs. They're finding other ways to get runs this year.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cantillo is able to limit the damage, but the Rockies do score first on the RBI single by Castro. It's 1-0 Colorado heading to the second.
Celebrating 50 years of impact, Ohio University's Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine leads the way from Cleveland to communities across our great state as the #1 producer of primary care doctors in Ohio. Learn more at ohio.edu/medicine.
Step to the plate and experience the magic of the Baseball Heritage Museum at League Park, the birthplace of Cleveland's rich and diverse baseball history. Explore Cleveland's 100-plus year Major League tradition, its connection to the Negro Leagues, featuring the Cleveland Buckeyes, the Latin and Hispanic influence, and the history of women in the game we love. Open Wednesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., perfect for a family outing or an afternoon of nostalgia. To learn more, visit baseballheritagemuseum.org today.
Join a team that shares your commitment to excellence and make a difference every day. Our Lady of the Wayside provides winning opportunities for people with disabilities and the dedicated professionals who work with them. Full-time and part-time positions available. Visit thewayside.org. Our Lady of the Wayside, home to opportunity. Find full and part-time positions at thewayside.org.
Keep your summer fun going during Toyota's National Sales Event with a stylishly affordable Corolla. Now through August 31st, lease a new gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $219 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing for a contract cost of $11,664. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees with approved credit through TFS. Price will vary based on accessories. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Weather when you need it. Your severe weather station is WTAM 1100.
1-0 Rockies, second inning. Leading things off for the Guardians, Joe Adell, and he takes strike 1. Joe Adell with that bruised knee, the left knee that caused him to miss Wednesday night's game. He swings and rips one right side, base hit, left side into left field. A base hit for Adell, who continues to make solid contact, but I was going to say he got back in there surprisingly so as a pinch hitter in yesterday's game, and now back in the starting lineup tonight, and what a great addition he has been since coming over from Anaheim, as has the next hitter, Nathaniel Lowe, who steps in now, left-handed batter, with Adell at first. The pitch from Tanner Gordon. And the right-hander's fastball's on the inside corner for a strike.
I kind of wish everyone at home could have seen that swing by Adell. Just very smooth and compact. Sees his pitch, and he was on it. And, no hesitation. Really looks confident.
The 0-1 is popped up to shallow left. Coming on, the left fielder McCarthy makes the catch. After a long run to get there, and Lowe is retired on a pop-up to the opposite field. So 1 down, and we should tell you, during the first 4 innings, it's the Conrads score 4, win 4 new tires contest. Amy Carey of Akron is our contestant tonight. She would win a set of 4 Bridgestone tires courtesy of Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care if the Guardians score 4 runs in any of the first 4 innings. Angel Hanau with a high fly ball hit to fairly deep left center. It's caught out there by Carrig. And now it's 2 quick outs for the Guardians, who are aggressive early against Tanner Gordon. And we mentioned at the top, he's right around the plate with most of his pitches. Doesn't walk many. And the Guardians trying to jump him early in at-bats.
Yeah, which is keeping his pitch count relatively low compared to Cantillo, who racked up nearly 30 pitches. You know, you got to pitch to contact, even in a place like Colorado.
And there's a first pitch swing by Travis Bazzana. High fly ball to center, shallow. Carrick makes the catch, and a quick inning despite the base hit again for Tanner Gordon. As the Guardians are retired and we head to the bottom of the second, it's 1-0 Colorado on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Hey Cleveland, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. Visit UHM.com and score financial freedom today.
Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
This is Bill Wills. Join me Monday on Cleveland's Morning News with Wills and Snyder. Tom Hamilton checks in 8:45, WTAM 1100.
Guardians trailing 1-0. Joey Cantillo back to work, and he fires a strike to Mickey Moniak, leading things off for Colorado in the bottom half of the second inning. Jim Rosenhaus along with Scott Bales filling in for Hammy on this first leg of the road trip. The 0-1 swung on, fouled off at home plate. And it's 0-2 on Moniak. Tom with the road trip off. He'll rejoin us when the team returns home for our next homestand starting a week from tonight against Kansas City. Here comes the 0-2 from Joey Cantillo. Breaking ball, called strike 3, caught the inside corner. Moniak down on strikes. That curve is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
There's the curve, and, you know, the first inning he missed with it a couple times, which led to that walk, and boy, but when it's on, it's a pitch that hitters don't like. It changes planes, you can change speeds on it. There's a fast curve, a big curve, and if you have a good one, you can make a lot of different pitches out of that one pitch.
Braxton Fulford, the catcher, steps in and takes a fastball up high for ball 1. Right-handed hitter. Cantillo with a 1-0. Swung on. There's a chopper foul outside of third. And the count's now 1-1. Third base coach Andy Gonzalez down there. Doug Bernier over at first base. Now the 1-1 to Fulford. And it's swung on and tapped slowly to the second baseman. Bazzana up with it. Throws on to first for the out. 2 quick outs for Cantillo here in the second. He would take a repeat of his last start when he allowed the only hit in his performance in the first inning. And 1 run in that first inning against the Padres. And that's all he allowed in 6 innings of work. And the Guardians came back and won the ball game on Saturday. Now the number 9 hitter, Ezekiel Tovar, their shortstop. And the Rockies have a good one defensively at the plate this year, batting .205 with 9 homers, 38 driven in. 1-0 Colorado, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And it's outside and high for a ball. Still some sunshine in right field, so Chase DeLauder has to deal with that for the next 10 minutes or so. Rest of the field in shadows. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and that's looped to the second baseman. One hop grab by Bazana. Throws to first for the out. Side retired in order. And we have 2 complete in Denver. It's 1-0 Colorado over the Guardians.
At Wayside Furniture, we get it. Waiting for your dream furniture can feel like forever. That's why we offer a free loaner program, so you have something else to use while you wait. Here's the deal. Spend $1,000 or more on custom, special orders, or out-of-stock furniture, and we'll lend you something to use in the meantime, for free. Sofas, dining sets, beds, and more. Yours to use while you wait for the real deal to arrive. It's how we make things feel like home while you wait. Visit wayside-furniture.com to learn more.
More flavors, more indulgence, more reasons to choose Perry's ice cream. Richer, creamier, real ice cream in every scoop makes Perry's a home run combination. Whether you're watching the Guardians at home or at the ballpark. From curated classics to bold originals and everything in between, Perry's has a flavor for you. Make every day a winner and treat yourself to Perry's at Progressive Field or find us at your local retailer today. Perry's is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
This season, PNC and the Guardians are going to bat for small business. This month's winning business is Jim Aleshi's Place. This family-owned and operated Italian import and specialty food store in Solon is best known for its deli, bakery, and catering. As a proud part of the Solon community since 1991, Aleshi's has served as a welcoming place where great food and community come together for lunch, catered events, and family celebrations. Come discover the taste of Italy by visiting their store at 32910 Solon Road today.
Service, sacrifice, citizenship. The 3 core pillars of the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation. Learn more about Hall of Fame pitcher and Chief Petty Officer Bob Feller's service to his country at actofvaloraward.org.
The Bloom Daddy Show. Played out in and around Cleveland. Tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Guardians trailing 1-0 as we head to the 3rd inning. And it is the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning. If the Guardians hit a grand slam here in the 3rd, Kimberly Neff of Strongsville would win a Hyundai Kona. Bailey takes a pitch down low from Tanner Gordon for ball 1. That's courtesy of your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Kimberly Neff of Strongsville, our contestant tonight. Good luck, Kimberly. Grand slam it takes. Here's the pitch. And it's outside for a ball. 2-0 to Bailey. Visit HyundaiGrandSlam.com to enter for your chance to win. Still a little bit of time left to do that. The 2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1. Bailey, the switch hitting catcher, in from the left side against the right-hander Tanner Gordon. And he steps out after that big swing and a miss. Gordon winds it up, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, yanked foul outside of first, just past Sandy Alomar. Douglas Odor on the coaching lines at 3rd for the Guardians. And really what's turned out to be a great night here in Denver.
A little rain shower, which was not even a shower, it really cooled things off for us.
The 2-2 popped up, shallow right, coming in, making the catch is Beck for the first out in the inning. And you were saying it has not rained or snowed much here in the last calendar year, huh?
No, we've actually lived here for 1 year, Rosie. We moved, bought a house, all of our kids are here, and we're spending a lot of time here anyway, so we bought it, kept our home, and it flip-flopped. Missouri had more snow and more rain than Colorado in the last 12 months, which is hard to believe. They had the least amount of snow, not only in Denver, but even up in the mountains in the Rockies. And And this summer, it's felt like Missouri or Cleveland. It's been 90, 95.
Petey Halpin leans into one, drives it high and deep, right center, home run, Halpin. Tie game at 1 on the home run for Halpin. Number 3 on the season for Petey Halpin, and man, there are a lot of Guardians fans here tonight.
You saw him walking around downtown, a lot of cheeseheads for the football game, but I saw a lot of Guardians, a lot of old Indians in uniform, in jerseys, and you just heard him come alive. And boy, that didn't look like a guy taking a swing that has 2 home runs. That looked like a 40 home run swing right there.
Now Stephen Kwan, he takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. 422 feet the distance, as that one went deep into the bullpen in right center. Here's the 1-0, and it's down low, 2-0. Well, the ball will carry here if you hit it well, and Halpin got all of it and enjoyed watching that one sail. Here's the 2-0. It's up and in for ball 3. Now the Guardians, they did a number on Gordon back in Cleveland last year, the only other time he's faced them. Here's his pitch, and he fires a strike to Kwan. It's now 3-1. He worked 3 innings, allowed 6 runs in his only other appearance against the Guardians last year at Progressive Field. The 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. And the on-base machine that is Stephen Kwan continues. A single and a walk. Yesterday, 3 walks and a base hit. Just remarkable what he's been doing really since late June.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's been a huge turnaround for a guy that, a lot of Cleveland and the national pundits were thinking, something's changed. Maybe, that run is over.
Chase DeLauder steps in, smacks one to first, grabbed by Rumfield, and he tags the bag for the out. But then as he threw to second to try and retire Kwan, he threw it past the second baseman, and Kwan is able to advance to third on the play. Error on the first baseman, Rumfield, allowing Kwan to advance all the way to third as the go-ahead run, now with 2 down. Jose Ramirez will bat. Ramirez, he bounced into a double play his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. And Ramirez starting to look a little more like the Jose Ramirez we have seen over the years. Spraying line drives now consistently. Still battling after the hand surgery. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The general consensus is when you have that hamate surgery, even though he's back, probably won't feel 100% till next spring.
Right. Takes time, and you're afraid to get jammed too. And hitting from the left side most of his at bats, that's tough. But such a battler. My favorite guy I've ever seen put on a Cleveland uniform. Lofton, Joey Bell, you name it. This is my favorite guy, and he does it for all the right reasons. He plays so hard. He plays when he's hurt.
The 2-1 swung on. There's a tapper to the right side. Grabbed by Rumpfeld. Throws back to the pitcher covering, and Gordon's there to retire Ramirez. Well, he's one of the best. That time retired. Guardians, though, they tie it on the Halpin home run. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's tied at 1 here in Denver.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Dollar Bank is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Only with Dollar Bank can you get a Cleveland Guardians debit card design and Guardians branded checks. And when you use your card at the Guardians team store online or at Progressive Field, you'll get a great deal on the latest officially licensed MLB gear, too. To learn more, visit dollar.bank/baseball. Dollar Bank. Let's get you there.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. The perks described herein are subject to change or termination without notice and at the sole discretion of Dollar Bank and or the Cleveland Guardians.
Medical Mutual knows small businesses are a big deal. That's why they partner with the Council of Smaller Enterprises, better known as COSI, to offer health benefit options for companies with 1 to 50 employees. The COSI benefit plan provides the same great benefits as large corporations, but on a small group budget. Join more than 7,900 small businesses that offer the COSI benefit plan to their employees. Talk to your broker or visit COSIbenefitplan.com/join now. Medical Mutual, the official health insurer of the Cleveland Guardians.
At Cleveland Clinic, the mission is to create a healthier world. So you give every life the best chance to thrive. You tackle health issues at the root of their cause. You go beyond your walls to make theirs a little safer. And when it's all said and done, you reinvest everything to keep bettering the world. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
The Bloom Daddy Show. Played out in and around Cleveland. Monday afternoons starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Top of the lineup for the Rockies in the bottom of the third inning against Joey Cantillo. It's Jake McCarthy. First pitch swinging. Lofts one foul left side and out of play. McCarthy led off the first inning with a walk and later scored on an RBI single by Willie Castro. And it stayed 1-0 Colorado until the top half of this inning when Petey Halpin homered. 1-1 the score. Here's the pitch. Down low and outside. 1-1 to count on McCarthy. Tremendous pickup in the offseason, acquired via trade from the Diamondbacks. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. He's 6th in the National League in batting at .295 with 13 bombs and 68 driven in. You mentioned he likes to run, 22 steals.
They can run, and you mentioned early in the game, Rosie, you can't just put big guys that hit home runs in this left.
2-1, line to second, caught by the second baseman, Bazzano.
You can't just put a big, heavy, 250-pound guy that hits home runs in the outfield. If you're Colorado, you got to have guys that can run. They play so deep, you have to be able to come in and take those balls away. So you don't see that. You see 3 guys for the Rockies that can all fly.
Kyle Karras steps in. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on, fouled off at home plate for strike 1. Karras in his first game back after being on the injured list with a concussion. Bounced to first his first time up. Third baseman. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, and he lifts one high in the air to deep right near the line. Running attempt, and nice catch in fair territory by Chase DeLauder just as he got to the line in right. And a good test right there. He missed a couple of games with a tight hamstring, and he had to go some to haul that one in.
And he doesn't look like your classic speedster out there, but he covered a lot of ground. And that ball, you called it. It was fair, and it's at least a double if that ball hits the ground.
Now Cole Carrig, switch hitter, right side. Pitch to him. Outside and high for ball 1. One of 10 different players who has made their major league debut for Colorado. Third straight year they've had 10 or more make their debuts, which tells you one of the reasons that they've struggled so much in the one-loss column. A lot of growing pains. The 1-0. Strike called on the inside corner, 1-1.
I think what shows growing pains for the Rockies is tonight's starter, Tanner Gordon. Just quickly, 2023, he was 8-12 in the minor leagues. 2024, 0-6 with an 8 2025, 6-8 with a 6.5 ERA. Where's the success that they can build on? They're bringing up pitchers that have never had success, and then you bring him to a stadium like this, and I get why pitching is tough here, but
the 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Carrick down on strikes. Cantillo stays impressive, but you're right, the pitching is not caught up to their young position players.
Right, they got the lineup in place, but pitching has a ways to go.
3 up, 3 down inning for Cantillo. 3 complete, tied at 1 in Denver.
Swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour. What a job by Cade Smith.
Your Cleveland Guardians battle the Kansas City Royals in a 3-game series August 28th through the 30th. Lock in your seats today at CLEGuardians.com.
A lot of businesses are in a pinch right now. They need more workers to keep things running, but they're not ready to hire anyone full-time. If you're one of those businesses, you might consider flexible labor from Minuteman Staffing. Minuteman has over 50 years' experience providing light industrial and warehouse workers in Northeast Ohio. They're ready for the job with drug screens and background checks. And Minuteman handles all the workers' comp and payroll. Reach out to them today. MinutemenInc.com.
For endless summer adventure, we've got you covered. Snag your season pass to Kalahari Resorts and unlock access all summer long. Plus, take advantage of exclusive perks and discounts. Whether you're sliding down the tallest water slide or lounging around the pool, there's fun for all ages. 2 water parks, 1 pass. Visit KalahariResorts.com/Ohio to purchase your pass today. At Kalahari, every season is water park season.
It happens every night. The clock strikes dinner, and suddenly it's all you can think about. What's for dinner? That's when you think Stouffer's. Rich, cheesy lasagna, freshly made stuffed peppers, and creamy, comforting mac and cheese. Made with quality ingredients and ready when you are. Dinner solved. When the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
Check in for Cleveland's news, talk, and sports.
See what's happening
on WTAM 1100.
1-1 your score as we head to the 4th inning here in Denver. Guardians and Rockies. Joe Adell leads it off for Cleveland. Tanner Gordon delivers, and his pitch is low and outside for a ball to even the count at 1-1. Adell with a sharp single his first time up, leading off the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, foul back into the net. 1-2 the count. A defensive change for the Rockies. Ezekiel Tovar is out of the game. Willie Castro slides over from second to play short. The 1-2 swung on, yanked foul outside of third. And into the game at second base is Connor Norby. So I didn't notice anything injury-wise for Tovar, but sure we'll hear something from downstairs at some point. Here's Gordon's 1-2. Swung on. That's ripped foul just past Rouglas Odor. But Scott, you see that and you wonder how more third base coaches and first base coaches don't get hit.
Well, remember, it wasn't too long ago they weren't wearing hard helmets. They were just there in a baseball cap until some injuries occurred.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed, and Adell is down on strikes. Jim Rosenhaus along with Scott Bales, former Cleveland Indian, from 86 to 89, 4 seasons with Cleveland, your first 4 in the major leagues.
All in Cleveland. Loved it. Never wanted to leave. And last night, Rosie, first time in 40 years, I was having pregame jitters.
Nathaniel Lowe, the batter, takes a strike.
The night before today's game, I was laying there awake. Well, A, I'm back in a big league stadium. It's been a few years. B, you're sitting in for Hammy, a Hall of Famer, you know, and you've been doing this a majority of your life, and I was thinking, I am so unprepared.
The 0-1 is fouled back. Well, your knowledge is shining through.
we got a lot of game left.
A lot of weekend left.
A lot of weekend. Looking forward to it.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and there's a line drive to shallow center. It's sinking fast, and that falls in. A base hit for Nathaniel Lowe to shallow center. And the Guardians have a one-out base runner. But it's interesting. We're talking about your time in Cleveland, and the wins and losses, it went the other way a lot of those years that you were there. But, boy, you had some talented players, especially position player-wise, and you yourself had some solid seasons, kind of bouncing back and
Here
forth
and
between
there,
the rotation.
I would fool a few people, but what I take the most from my time in Cleveland are two things, and I tell this everywhere I go. A, the people of Cleveland were so good to me and my family. From not just the Indians and Bobby D and Dan O'Brien, but the people we lived by in neighborhoods all over in Westlake, and just great. And then how much success that our little team that didn't win.
The 0-1 is ripped into right field by Angel Hanau for a base hit, maybe more. On his way to third is Lowe. It's bobbled out in right by Beck, and Hanau moves up to second base. He may have tried it anyway, and we'll see if they give an error to Beck, but I think Hanau was going to go anyway, and he should get credit for a double. So second and third with one out for the Guardians in this tie game at 1.
He definitely booted that ball in right field, stepped right over it, went between his legs.
And he will be charged with an error. Beck, the right fielder.
So back to my long-winded story, besides how everyone treated me,
here's the pitch to Travis Bazzana with the infield halfway. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and fouled off.
What was our guy, John Farrell managed in the big leagues, Buddy Black, Ron Washington, Pat Tabler, worked in the booth doing TV for 25 years. Brooke Jacoby coached for 25 years. Swindell's been on TV.
The 0-1 is on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, Candy Oddie, who we talked about, been on the radio in Arizona. Just a lot of guys have had a lot of success after baseball, but still in baseball.
0-2 the count on Bazzana. Here it comes. Way upstairs for a ball. Now Travis Bazzana in his rookie major league season has fought through some ups and downs, trying to come up big here in the fourth inning. Second and third, one away. Gordon delivers, and his pitch is outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Now that first season, I had you 10-10 in 1986.
And had a couple saves too. I think 7 or 8 saves maybe.
The 2-2 pitch, swung on, popped him up, left side, foul, bending toward the seats and out of play.
10-10, 7 or 8 saves. Rosie, that's worth a lot of money nowadays.
62 games. 10 starts. I mean, you were almost an everyday player.
But I was getting paid at the time. Almost $60,000 that year.
The game is different for sure. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, and there's a chopper to first. A foul ball, or is it? It squirted through the first baseman to right field. That's why the fans reacted, but it was fouled off the foot of Bazzana. So simply another 2-2 count.
I thought we had a little Bill Buckner action happening there.
And Rumfield has had a really strong year defensively, but he's committed an error already tonight. And again, that infield creeping in on the right side especially. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Bazzana stays alive. Bazzana out early for early batting practice today. Working with the hitting group. Trying to get back in a good groove. We saw it when he first came up. And then the inevitable ups and downs of a rookie major league season. Here comes the 2-2 from Tanner Gordon. Swung on, fouled back. Stayed alive on a changeup. We have 2 first overall draft picks in tonight's game. Travis Bazzana, first overall pick in the draft for the Guardians, and Mickey Moniak for the Rockies was a Phillies first overall pick in the draft back in 2016.
And wasn't this Cleveland's first ever?
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, lined left field. It gets down for a base hit. Scoring is low. Here comes Hanau. Sliding. Safe at home plate. It's a 2-run opposite field single for Travis Bazzana. And the Guardians take a 3-1 lead.
Boy, that's just a good workman-like at-bat right there. Fouled off the pitches he couldn't handle. Finally got one up in the zone and just flipped it out into that wide-open left field area.
And we have not seen much of that from Bazzana in recent weeks, going to the opposite field, working the middle of the diamond. But that time, a 2-run base hit on a single to left. That is huge for Bazzana. Visit to the mound as the pitching coach for the Colorado Rockies is out to the mound. That is Alon Leishman. As Tanner Gordon runs into difficulties here in the 4th inning as the Guardians, with 3 consecutive singles, have scored a pair of runs. There's still only one out with Bazzana at first base. Bazzana now with 38 runs batted in on the season. Here's Patrick Bailey. The pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Pick up the Guardians Dollar Bank debit card and you can score exclusive perks like savings at the Guardians team store. Visit dollar.bank/baseball for all the details. The pitch to Bailey. That's on the outside corner. Strike 2 call. Well, the Guardians in a stretch where for 4 series they are playing teams with some of the worst records in baseball. 4 of the 5 worst records. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Bailey down on strikes, but you still have to go out and play good baseball to win those games.
Yeah, they're still major league teams, even though, Colorado has struggled. They're going to battle every night. They're young, they're hungry, but for Cleveland, they made up a lot more ground last year than they need to right now. And with the upcoming schedule, they have, it's wide open, not only to get in as a wild card, but to win the division still.
Quick throw to first, diving back in is Bazzana. Here's Petey Halpin. Halpin homered his first time up. Getting another start in center field tonight. It's been a good week along those lines for him. And with his speed and the work he does defensively, what an asset he is in center here. And then he contributes at the plate with a home run his first time up. Throw to first, got away from the first baseman, but not far. Rockies a little sloppy defensively here early in the game. When you look at just raw numbers for Colorado, 82 errors this season, 28th in baseball. Here's the pitch, and Halpin takes it outside for ball 1, a fastball that time. So Cleveland in front for the first time tonight with 3 runs on 6 hits. 1 run, 1 hit for the Rockies. 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped to first. Backhand stop on the short hop by Rumfield. Takes it to the bag in time for the out. Side retired. But Travis Bazzana's 2-run single has put the Guardians in front 3-1 here in Denver.
Hi, Max the Bald Eagle from Marathon here. We asked people if they could do an impression of me. Have a listen.
You can save up to $1 a gallon with the Marathon Rewards app.
That last one was pretty good. Marathon, where fun runs on full.
Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
Are you ready to join a winning team? Like the Guardians, Swagelok is proud to call Northeast Ohio home. As a leading manufacturer of fluid system solutions, our products can be found all over the world. We are one of the largest employers in the Cleveland area and an award-winning workplace. Discover where stability meets opportunity with a career at Swagelok. We're hiring and invite you to explore open jobs at jobs.swagelok.com. That's jobs.swagelok.com.
Swung on, line toward the gap in left center. Quan dives and made the catch! What a play by Quan! Stephen Quan just keeps on delivering.
This is Stephen Quan. You're listening to the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is Bill Wills. Kids going back to school Monday morning. Tips to teach kids about money. WTAM 1100.
TJ Rumfield, the big first baseman, steps in to lead things off for Colorado, bottom of the fourth. Joey Cantillo back at it with a 2-run lead now, and he fires low and outside for ball one with the curve. Rumfield walked his first time up. Rookie first baseman having a tremendous season. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and that's ripped on a couple of hops to the second baseman, Bazana, who snares it and throws to first in time for the out. One down. Now the Guardians will be back home next Friday night to take on the Royals. Sugardale Dollar Dogs post-game fireworks presented by Hyundai, and it's a free shirt Friday. A throwback 1970s t-shirt thanks to Cleveland State. Get your tickets at CLEGuardians.com. Willie Castro, the batter. Here's the pitch to him. Off speed outside. Boy, and Scott Bales, that's where the schedule favorable for the Guardians. They have this road trip against the last place Rockies and the last place Angels. The 1-0. Down low, 2-0, and then they go home for a 10-game homestand. The Royals, who are struggling. Then the Blue Jays, who they're battling with for that third and final wild card spot. Then the Tigers for 4 on Labor Day weekend.
Yes, it's laying right there for them, you know, to do a little bit of what they did last year and to make up so much. How many games did they make up like? It was an amazing run. And they don't have to do anything like that this year to get back into postseason.
The 2-1 in tight, 3-1. You know, they had a rough stretch at the end of August, so when they went in right around September, they were still up a long ways away from the division title, much less a playoff berth. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, bounced left side, grabbed on the short hop by Ramirez, throws across in time for the out. Two down.
I think they had to beat Detroit on the final day of the season.
They were done with the Tigers at that point, but yes, they had to pass Detroit on the final day to win the division, and they did so with a Detroit loss. But at one point, the deficit to the Tigers in the division was 15.5 games.
Crazy. I still can't believe that happened.
Jordan Beck, the batter, with 2 down, bases empty. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And while we've been trying to figure out postseason scenarios, Joey Cantillo has settled in a little bit, huh?
Yeah, Joey, you know, first inning, over 20 pitches, and since then, a lot of strike ones, and that makes pitching so easy.
And there's strike 2 with the curveball.
Right, but if you can attack every guy 0-1, it's a whole different world of pitching as opposed to 1-0. And it seems like one pitch is so much more than that.
The 0-2. Up high, 1-2. How come?
It just changes everything in your repertoire. You know, Joey, if he gets strike 1 with any pitch, whatever it is, he still has a fastball, a sinker, a curveball, or a changeup on pitch 2.
Here it comes, and it's down low with the curve.
But if you throw a ball first pitch, you probably eliminate 2 of your 4 pitches. And, he's been able to try and make a pitch on 0-2, try and make a pitch on 1-2.
The 2-2 swung on and fouled off.
You have so many more chances to make the pitch you want to make in the location you want to make if you can start 0-1. It made me a decent major league pitcher if I was 0-1. 1-0, it's going to be a long night for Scott Bales.
So, obviously every pitcher knows that, but it's not easy, is it?
They don't, and sometimes if you're young, you doubt. I can't throw a pitch in the strike zone right here, first pitch, but you can and you have to.
The 2-2 swung on, line drive, left field, base hit. Quan gets to it quickly, fires it in, and Beck will hold it first with a long single. It comes with 2 outs. Guardians up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning on a great baseball night here in Denver. And we remind you that when you have rust to bust, use PB Blaster, a Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, always work it like a pro. Here's Mickey Moniak, and he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. I mentioned Moniak earlier. A first overall pick by the Phillies back in 2016. It never did work out with Philadelphia. Here's the 1-0. Up and in, 2-0. Ended up with the Angels and had a couple of good years with the Angels, but at the end of spring training prior to last season, they cut him loose. And the Rockies signed him, and he had a strong season last year with Colorado, and he's putting together another solid campaign this year. The 2-0. Swung on, pounded foul over to the Guardians dugout. Last season, 24 homers, 68 runs batted in. This year, 20 home runs, 59 driven in. DHing it tonight is Moniak. The 2-1, just a bit outside for ball 3. So a rarity here in the last couple of innings. Cantillo down in the count. Now the 3-1 pitch with that runner at first. Cantillo lets it fly. Swing and a miss. Count runs full on Moniak. There's the cutter that time, a harder breaking pitch from Cantillo. He is an uncomfortable at-bat for the left-handed hitters. Now the payoff pitch to Moniak. Just a bit outside. Cantillo's walking off the mound. Bailey doesn't challenge, and part of that may be the Guardians are down to 1 challenge. But that was awfully close, maybe a little bit low.
Probably a ball low. I'm not sure how guys have learned through the years to take those pitches. A ball down center of the plate, probably because they can't hit it, but that's a good take.
Braxton Fulford, the batter. He takes a pitch down low, ball 1. Fulford bounced to second his first time up. 2 on, 2 gone for the Rockies. Cantillo wants a new baseball now. Well, and at least sometimes you feel like it's really difficult to throw a good breaking pitch here. But it seems like the curve is every bit as good as normal for Cantillo. Next pitch bounces in there. It's blocked by Bailey. It popped free, but the runners do not advance after taking a couple of steps toward the next base.
Yeah, good point on that curveball right there. That's sharp down, 12-6 break, and to where the catcher can't hardly handle that curveball. The break is there. It's just having it end up in the strike zone. Colorado has taken some curveballs tonight that are really big league takes.
The 2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. The Rockies, they are missing their all-star catcher, Hunter Goodman. He's out with a shoulder injury, just placed on the injured list earlier this week. The 2-1. outside and high, ball 3. Guardians up 3-1, but Colorado threatening here this inning. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Runners at first and second with 2 away. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball to left. Fairly deep, but room for Kwan, and he makes the catch to retire Fulford and the Rockies. 4 complete in Denver. It's the Guardians 3, the Rockies 1.
Mitchell's Ice Cream, handcrafting ice cream for Cleveland since 1999. Made at our Ohio City kitchen using fresh ingredients from Northeast Ohio family farms and exceptional organic and fair trade ingredients from around the world. Stop into a Mitchell's or find us at your local grocer. More at mitchellshomemade.com.
Okay, people, we all know what's at stake in this game. Zoe, what's at stake?
Our futures.
Our futures. And is anything going to keep us from achieving our goal?
No way.
Because what do we have?
The plan.
Ohio's 529 plan. Because in this family, how do we play the college savings game?
Tax-free.
And where do we play it?
I don't know, Daddy.
That's okay, Pumpkin.
Enter to win a $10,000 college savings award at collegeadvantage.com/guardians.
Hey Cleveland, your favorite family-owned furniture store is growing again. The Cleveland Furniture Company is so excited to announce the grand opening of their brand new state-of-the-art showrooms in Menor, North Olmsted, and now Canton. Comfort has never been closer. So many new hot styles, the lowest prices out there, great deals on mattresses, closeout areas up to 70% off, and some cases below cost. They have everything, and they're excited to share it with you. From your front room to your backyard, the Cleveland Furniture Company's got you covered. Family-owned, Cleveland proud.
Racing back is Kwan, reaching out on a dead sprint, makes the catch, slams into the wall, loses his cap, but not the baseball.
Bring the whole family to Progressive Field when the Guardians face the Royals on Sunday, August 30th. It's the final kids' fun day of the summer. Come down early for face painters, mascot performances, and nonstop ballpark fun. Plus, all kids can take the field after the game for Run the Bases, presented by Cleveland Clinic Children's. Grab your tickets now at CLEGuardians.com.
Cleveland's news, talk, and sports on WTAM 1100 and on 106.9 FM.
Fifth inning, Stephen Kwan to lead things off. A single and a walk for Kwan, the usual. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 1. Man, is he hot. So many spots you can look at from about late June on. So we'll go from July 1st. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. Kwan, since July 1st, hitting .370. On-base percentage, .473.
That's good.
Yep. The 2-0, and it's outside for ball 3, and that was before tonight. Here comes the 3-0 delivery from Tanner Gordon. Fastball outside, another walk for Kwan, and he's been on base all 3 times tonight, leading things off here in the 5th with a walk.
That'll be the 16th time since the All-Star break that Kwan's been on base 3 times. Next closest to that is 10. So he found it. I don't know what it was, but he found it, and he's as good as ever.
Chase DeLauder steps in, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. You know what he said, Scotty? He said, look, they're going to pitch me outer half of the plate. I need to hit it to left field and take what they're giving me.
And the takes, he's taking pitches.
The 0-1 is blasted high in the air to left center. Cruising after it, the center fielder, Carrick. He can't see it. He lost it in the night sky, and it drops. Kwan moves up to second. DeLauder is aboard with a single on a fly ball that was lost at that time of night, where if you're going to see a fly ball lost, this would be that. It's not quite dark yet, and the baseball looks very similar to the sky. And Carrick, the center fielder, an excellent center fielder, just could not find it.
Couldn't find it. Felt like he was in the Minnesota Metrodome there. And this sky is tough. There's a little light cloud. It's a little blue. There's still some light, and he never saw it.
Jose Ramirez, the batter, takes a breaking ball strike. Ramirez 0 for 2. He's bounced into a double play and grounded to first. 3-1, Cleveland in front here in the fifth, looking for more. Gordon delivers, and it's swung on, ripped to first, scooped up by Rumfeld. Low throw, great catch, and staying on the bag is Castro for the force out on DeLauder. That's all they get. Rumfield almost committed another error.
Yeah, it's almost a replay of the last time when he threw it into center field. This time, good scoop by the shortstop, but gives us a chance with that runner, Kwan, advancing to third with less than 2 outs. Here we go. Let's add on a little bit right here.
Joe Adell, the batter, a single his first time up, a strikeout last inning. Guardians up 3-1. Here's the pitch, and Adell swings and misses for strike one. I think the Rockies, they've gotten a little bit more from Gordon than maybe they thought. Again, hadn't started since early July, has been working out of the bullpen, albeit with some longer outings. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, ripped to third, base hit into left. That'll score Kwan. Moving up is Ramirez to second, and Joe Adell continues to sizzle, rifling one past the third baseman, Karras, for an RBI single, and the Guardians now lead it 4-1.
And another very smooth swing, very little movement. Just picks his foot up 2 inches, puts it down, and here come the hands. And boy, they've both been, over 100 miles an hour off the bat. Great at bats from Adell.
Now Nathaniel Lowe, 1 for 2 with a single. First and second, 1 out. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Rockies people saying that looked like Gordon would probably be limited to about 80 pitches tonight. He's at 67 here in the fifth. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped it up foul and out of play left side. Guardians trying to make it a moot point and knock him out of the game.
In the fifth.
Yes. Cleveland up 4-1. 0-2 the count on Lowe. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pulled foul outside of first. We'll do it again. Nathaniel Lowe. 28 games in this ballpark. Career-wise, 22 runs batted in. You feel like a lot of visiting players can pump their stats a little bit when they come in here.
The trip to Denver, hitters are all enjoying life, and pitchers are all coming up with an ailment.
No, they don't. Come on, that doesn't happen.
I did get a chance early on when the stadium opened to come here, not with Cleveland, but with the Rangers, and it's unique. Weird little swings, balls will leave.
The 0-2 is popped up foul, back out of play. Well, this ballpark opened in 1995. They played at the old football stadium, Mile High Stadium, the first 2 years. And they had 21 crowds in those first 2 years, over 70,000 for baseball.
It's amazing. It was sold out when we were here in 97, 98. It was packed, and they were winning games, and they were good early. The owners spent a lot of money, brought in a lot of stars.
Well, they made the postseason in their third year. First year in this ballpark. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on. There's a chopper to the shortstop, Castro. Flips to the bag for one. Over to first. Not in time. Advancing to third is Ramirez. Lowe stays out of the double play. And the inning continues. Angel Henao will bat. He just not hit sharply enough. Well, like a potential double play there, but the Rockies could not turn it. Angel Henao is 1 for 2 with a single. That single came back last inning, part of a 2-run go-ahead rally for the Guardians, who now lead at 4-1. The pitch to Hanau. He swings and misses for strike one. Switch hitter left side. Getting deeper into that first month in the major leagues is Angel Hanau, and he has done nothing but impress at the plate. Moving around positions as well on the infield. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, a chopper to first. Grabbed by Rumfeld. Takes it to the bag in time for the out. Side retired. Guardians add another run in the fifth. It's 4-1 Cleveland after 4.5.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey sports fans, there's no better feeling than when you're watching your team dominate. But remember, when the offseason comes, you can still channel your team spirit with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 1,700 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood store today.
Best could always be talking to Bob Feller, a man that faced Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
The Guards face the Royals on August 29th, and 15,000 fans will receive a throwback 1936 Bob Feller jersey, courtesy of Franklin University. Tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
Your life's on your phone. Your vehicle should be too. When you download the Spitzer VIP app, convenience is number one. View vehicle health. Get important alerts. Schedule service in seconds. Earn reward points. Plus, new vehicles come with complimentary oil changes and a lifetime warranty at no cost to you. It's all trackable in the Spitzer VIP app. From GPS to live chat support, 100% convenience is here 24/7. Download today. Wag more. Spend less at Spitzer. Proud sponsor of the Guardians.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Check in for Cleveland's news, talk, and sports.
See what's happening
on WTAM 1100.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Guardians up 4-1 here in Denver, and Connor Norby will bat for the first time tonight. Came on defensively early. The pitch, breaking ball down low. He took over when Ezekiel Tovar had to leave the game, the shortstop. So Norby took over at second. And we have not had an update on Tovar and why he had to leave the game. Here's the pitch. Low and in for a ball. 2-0 the count on Norby. Acquired in an offseason deal, or excuse me, a trade deadline deal from the Marlins. Here's the pitch to him. Waved at and missed. And it's 2-1. Beautiful night for baseball here in Denver, where they love their sports teams, and they've had a pretty good run of success outside of the baseball team. The Rockies trying to keep up with the others. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that's lifted high in the air, deep down the left field line, but foul. And let's pause. 10-second station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Norby down on strikes. That is strikeout number 5 for Joey Cantillo to start the bottom half of the fifth inning. Jim Rosenhaus, along with former Cleveland Indian pitcher Scott Bales, filling in for Tom Hamilton. Hammy with the road trip off. He'll rejoin us next Friday night when the team's back home to take on the Royals. Top of the lineup, Jake McCarthy steps in, and he takes a fastball strike. McCarthy has walked and lined to second in 2 trips. Brian Motze back at command center in downtown Cleveland. Here comes the 0-1 from Cantillo. Swung on, grounded to first, dug out by Lowe. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and he's there in time. 2 down in the inning. And Scott, you've kept your hand in it in terms of the broadcast side for a long time in Springfield, Missouri, right?
Yeah, nothing at the major league level, but the Springfield Cardinals, my hometown for the last 40 years. We got a AA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals, and they would televise 10 or 15 games a year in AA, and I got to do those because nobody else wanted to, and I'd sit in on some radio games too, because as you know, in the minor leagues, he did them every night all by himself, and they always appreciated having someone, sit in the booth with them just out of loneliness, I think.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, looped foul.
Yeah, and it's been great. And I've had a chance to do a few games with you, Rosie, and every time Hammy's off doing something, so that's good. But I love it. I love having a reason to go to the ballpark.
And tonight, series opener, Guardians leading 4-1. Bottom half of the fifth inning. Kyle Karros, the batter, 0 for 2. Joey Cantillo looking for another clean inning here in the fifth with 2 down. Base is empty. His pitch is swung on, line, base hit center field. A screamer off the bat of Karros. Now this compliment. The Rockies people saying Eric Karros, his dad, longtime major leaguer with the Dodgers, fine career, was in town doing some broadcast work for Fox, and he said, this kid's going to have a better career than I have. And Eric Karros had a lengthy major league career, so that is high praise. Now, Dad's probably biased, but
Dad's pulling for his kid, and I appreciate that. But Karros Sr., he, like you said, what a career he had. It was historical, near, close to Hall of Fame status kind of career.
Well, his son's off to a good start, that's for sure, with Colorado in his rookie campaign. Cole Carrick, the batter, he swings, bounces one, fair ball over the third base bag. This one heads toward left field's corner, picked up by Kwan. To third goes Karros, and he's in standing up. A double for Carrick. And now the Rockies with a 2-out rally going, second and third, and a threat to try and draw closer. Cleanup hitter T.J. Rumfield will step to the plate, and he'll wait as Carl Willis, the pitching coach, is heading to the mound. Time for our message from the Cleveland Clinic. Know your stats to stay ahead of the game. Healthy weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol support heart health for life. Learn more at clevelandclinic.org/loveyourheart. Joey Cantillo running into some struggles here in the fifth inning. And one of the best in the business, Carl Willis, out to the mound.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Rosie. I don't think anyone disputes that. You go back and ask John Farrell, Terry Francona, any of those guys. This is the guy you want in your leading your pitching staff. And for Cantillo, there's always a biggest out in the game, and people don't talk about it. But it happens for every starter. The biggest out of the game that gets them through or gets them a win or gets the team a win, this will be that out for Cantillo.
He's facing the big left-handed hitter, Rumfield, who takes a pitch inside for ball one. Rumfield a walk back in the first inning. Grounded out his last time up. 13 home runs, a team high, 60 driven in. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. What a stop by Bailey. Outfield plays it straight away and deep, except in left. Kwan not all that deep in left field. But Alpin in center, DeLauder in right. Extremely deep. The 2-0. Low and outside, ball 3. Willie Castro waits on deck. Castro will bat from the right side as a switch hitter against the lefty Cantillo. The 3-0 pitch. Down low, ball 4. that's going to be it for Cantillo. 1 out away from going long enough to be eligible for a win, but he cannot get out of the 5th inning as Stephen Vogt is on his way to the mound, and we will have a pitching change. It's brought to you by Spartan Storm Shield, the roof system to last your lifetime. Visit SpartanStormShield.com. It's 4-1, Guardians in front. We're back with more after this.
Guardians fans, is your roof hiding a secret? Even minor storm damage, left unchecked, can lead to costly repairs. Spartan Storm Shield, a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians, invites you to get a complimentary roof analysis to catch problems early. Protect your home field advantage. Our family-owned roofing company can deliver the roof system to last your lifetime. Call 330-SPARTAN or visit SpartanStormShield.com today.
Since day one of your child's life, you've been all hands in. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, we make our patients a very similar promise: to be the hands you can trust, no matter what specialty care is needed. As Northeast Ohio's trusted children's hospital, when their health needs a helping hand, put their care in hands you trust. Learn more at clevelandclinicchildrens.org/hands.
Hey sports fans, there's no better feeling than when you're watching your team dominate. But remember, when the offseason comes, you can still channel your team spirit with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 1,700 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood store today.
Bloom Daddy Show. People want it. Monday afternoon at 3. We will continue giving it to you on WTAM 1100.
Tim Herron on to pitch here in the 5th inning. It is 4-1. The Guardians are in front, but the Rockies have the bases loaded. 2 outs. Willie Castro, a switch hitter, stays on that right side against the lefty. Here's the pitch. And it's low and in, and it pops free on Bailey, but no move at third base by Karros, the base runner there, as Bailey was on it quickly after the ricochet went to that third base side. So, 1-0 the count. Herron, he has been busy this season. This will be appearance number 54. 1-4, an ERA of 3.56 at times. Command has been an issue. Here's the 1-0. Fastball strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. And this is the spot that makes a reliever. Inherited base runners. If you can strand them, that is valuable.
So valuable. And
the 1-1 swung on, bouncing ball near the middle, but right there is Bazzana. The second baseman fields and fires to first in time. Herron does the job, and the side is retired with no damage done. Rockies leave the bases loaded. We're headed to the 6th. It's still 4-1, Cleveland over Colorado.
Don't bust your knuckles, bust your nuts with PB Blaster. The #1 selling penetrant since 1957. It uses a unique capillary action that creeps up and around threads and cavities to break free rusted and corroded parts. Then it protects against further rust and corrosion. Use it on automotive, industrial, marine, plumbing, and other equipment. Blaster Corporation offers a full line of professional-grade products that are formulated to penetrate, lubricate, loosen, fix, and conquer each job. Use Blaster products and work it like a pro.
It happens every night. The clock strikes dinner, and suddenly it's all you can think about. What's for dinner? That's when you think Stouffer's. Rich, cheesy lasagna, freshly made stuffed peppers, and creamy, comforting mac and cheese. Made with quality ingredients and ready when you are. Dinner solved. When the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
NEO Born, NEO Reimagined, NEO Home. K&D offers unparalleled knowledge about Northeast Ohio because they live, work, and thrive right here with you. Looking for a new apartment or location for your business? K&D has the perfect fit. Contact K&D today and discover your perfect home. KND.com.
Guardians fans, we know what it takes to protect the land.
We play hard, we cheer loud, and we always look out for our team. Now it's time to make a power move for your own health. Getting an HIV test is quick, free, and confidential. It's the ultimate defensive play to protect yourself and your partner. Don't strike out on your health. Visit loveleadshere.org to find a testing site near you or order a free at-home test kit. Know your status. Clear the bases. Protect the land.
The Bloom Daddy Show. People want it. Tomorrow afternoon at 3. We will continue giving it to you on WTAM 1100.
Cleveland leading 4-1, 6th inning. The starter, Tanner Gordon, continues for Colorado. He's facing Travis Bazzana, who swings and misses for strike one. Bazzana with a big hit in this one. A 2-run single that snapped a 1-all tie in the 4th inning. The 0-1 waved at and missed, strike two. Bazzana 1 for 2 on the night. He applied to center back in the 2nd. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, lined up the middle, and into center field, a base hit. As that looked like it clipped the glove of Gordon on the way by, but it was hit so hard that that ball ended up in center field in a hurry. So a leadoff base runner for the Guardians here in the 6th. Well, a good night going for Bazzana, and again, staying up the middle. And it has worked well tonight.
Yeah, up the middle, the opposite way, and with 2 strikes right there. That's putting a good AB together.
Patrick Bailey, the batter, pounds one foul over to the Rockies dugout on the first base side. And again, you go through stretches, I think, as a rookie. When the league catches up, they get the book on you, and you have to figure out ways to stay successful. And Bazzana's been working at it, and the results are coming here tonight.
Still surprised. He's the first #1 pick in the first round in Indians history.
And now we have a balk called on Gordon, and Warren Schaefer, the manager, comes out to talk it over with Nate Tomlinson and also the third base umpire, Carlos Torres. Moving up to second is Bazzana. Now, why are you surprised at that?
Yeah, a third base umpire is only going to call it if they see, there it is.
No, I mean the 1-1, the first overall pick.
I'm just shocked at the history of Cleveland baseball. We have one #1 first pick in the draft, correct?
Yes.
He's the only one ever.
And there have been some years where they could have had the first pick.
And traded it away.
Patrick Bailey takes a strike on the inside corner. Now, there were some years where Cleveland had tough seasons, but never the worst record in baseball.
Somebody was worse.
There was always somebody. And even this time around, it wasn't because they had the worst record in baseball, but the format was changed. Here's the 0-2. Outside 1-2, and they had a lottery poll for the contending teams who had bad records but not the worst, and Cleveland pulled the right ticket. One and two the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, popped him up high in the air, shallow right. Out goes Norby, the second baseman, called off by the right fielder Beck, who makes the catch for the first out in the inning. No advance from second by Bazzana. It's 4-1. The Guardians are in front. And now Warren Schaefer is going to head to the mound, and that's going to be it for Tanner Gordon, the starter. And when you consider he had not made a start since early July, had been in the bullpen since, I'll bet the Rockies are awfully pleased that he's been able to get this game to the 6th inning. But his night is done here. We'll take a timeout for a Spartan Storm Shield pitching change. It's 4-1 Cleveland, top of the 6th on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Hey, sports fans, there's no better feeling than when you're watching your team dominate. But remember, when the offseason comes, you can still channel your team spirit with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 1,700 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood store today.
Hey Cleveland, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. Visit UHM.com and score financial freedom today.
Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
Your life's on your phone. Your vehicle should be too. When you download the Spitzer VIP app, convenience is number one. View vehicle health. Get important alerts. Schedule service in seconds. Earn reward points. Plus, new vehicles come with complimentary oil changes and a lifetime warranty at no cost to you. It's all trackable in the Spitzer VIP app. From GPS to live chat support, 100% convenience is here 24/7. Download today. Wag more. Spend less at Spitzer. Proud sponsor of the Guardians.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Swung on, there's a high fly ball, launched to right field. Home run, Jose Ramirez.
This is Jim Rosenhaus, and you are listening to the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
Hi, it's Bill Wills. We'll talk about the series with Tom Hamilton Monday morning, 8:45, WTAM 1100.
New pitcher on for the Rockies, and he hails from Highland Heights, Ohio. It's left-hander Mark Manfredi, who's in his first week in the major leagues. Made his debut earlier this week against the Dodgers, and now he's on to face Petey Halpin with one out and a runner at second base. Guardians up 4-1 in the sixth. Manfredi delivers, runner on the move. The pitch is a strike, throw to third, not in time. Stolen base, Travis Bazzana. Number 18 on the season for Bazzana. And now that runner at third with one out. So there are certain times where stealing third means a little bit more, and that's a great spot. Now the infield comes in for Colorado. 0-1 the count on Halpin. Here's the pitch. And it's outside for a ball, 1-1. Mark Manfredi pitched at Dayton and was acquired from the Brewers at the trade deadline. He had been in the minor leagues and got the call on Monday. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, low and outside, 2-1. I met his dad, Mark Sr., just before we went on the air tonight. He wanted to come by and say hi to Hammy, and I had to give him the news on that.
We only have Bales. And we all... Oh, that's
the 2-1 down low, 3-1. But he was getting emotional, Scott, about his son's major league call-up, because he was going to go visit him in Albuquerque, and they were on the phone talking about it on Monday, and another call came in, and it was the call of the major leagues. Here's the 3-1, up high, ball four. Halpin walks, and now it's runners on the corners with one out. And the top of the lineup, Stephen Kwan, will step in.
Cool story, though. You know, first time called up. It's always emotional and so cool. And, you know, how about you get called up to the big leagues first time, first guy you face, possibly the best player in the history of baseball, Shohei Ohtani. That's his first guy he gets to face. And he walked him just like he just walked.
First strikeout was Freddie Freeman, so that's not too bad.
Hall of, you know, that's a good first of each.
Right. And his dad, Mark, was, and there's a pitching coach visit, so we have a little time to relay it. But obviously, the Manfredi family is so excited for their son, and so they're out here for the weekend to see their favorite team against their son, as they are Cleveland fans, but not this weekend. Or at least not when their son is on the mound, as he is right here to face Stephen Kwan, a left-on-left spot. Kwan has singled and walked twice. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner. And the count's 0-1. Outfield plays Kwan to the opposite field, just slightly. Infield double play depth. Here's the 0-1 from Manfredi. Swung on, bouncing ball near the middle. Scooped up by the shortstop. Castro fires to first in time for the out. Bazana scores from third. And the Guardians now lead it 5-1. A nice play by Castro. Moving up to second on the play is Halpin. Gave Kwan an RBI, his 25th. And now it's Chase DeLauder for the Guardians. He's 1 for 3 with a single his last time up. Manfredi with the pitch. Breaking ball just missed inside. Guardians now with that 5-1 lead. Very workmanlike effort here tonight. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball outside, 2-0 the count. Again, Mark Manfredi out of Highland Heights and the University of Dayton. The 2-0 pitch, swung on, ripped foul down the line, first base side, but a foul ball. And it's 2-1. Rockies were active at the trade deadline. They moved some veteran pieces to get some prospects back in 3 different trades, including Antonio Senzatella going to the Brewers, and Manfredi, one of the arms that came back. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball missed outside, ball 3. Brenton Doyle, we saw him with the White Sox after the trade deadline. Really good center fielder, but they felt that their young players were ready to go, so he became expendable. Now the 3-1 pitch from Manfredi. Breaking ball outside, ball 4. DeLauder draws a walk. Runners at first and second. And with 2 away, Jose Ramirez will step in, batting from the right side this time. So a couple of walks allowed by Manfredi since coming on here in the 6th inning. And again, it's already 5-1. In this ballpark, though, you like to have as much as possible. Here's the pitch. And Ramirez takes it for a strike. Mentioned Manfredi from Highland Heights, went to Mayfield High School. Another Northeast Ohio kid who makes it to the major leagues. Here's the 0-1. He checked his swing. No, he did not. Ramirez went too far, and it's 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch from Manfredi. Here it is. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. He strikes out Ramirez to retire the side. Guardians have a run in the 6th. It's 5-1 Cleveland, heading to the bottom half of the 6th inning here in Denver.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Since day one of your child's life, you've been all hands in. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, we make our patients a very similar promise to be the hands you can trust, no matter what specialty care is needed. As Northeast Ohio's trusted children's hospital, when their health needs a helping hand, put their care in hands you trust. Learn more at clevelandclinicchildrens.org/hands.
97 miles a job by Kate Smith.
Your Cleveland Guardians battle the Kansas City Royals in a 3-game series August 28th through the 30th. Lock in your seats today at CLEGuardians.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
Tim Herron stays on for the Guardians, and he fires a strike to Jordan Beck. In the bottom half of the 6th inning, Herron came on, got the final out in the 5th with the bases loaded, working out of a jam. Here's the 0-1, swung on, foul back, and it's 0-2 on Beck. Joey Cantillo went 4 2/3, allowed just 1 run on 4 hits, but he walked 4 and struck out 5, was at 89 pitches. And the Guardians are at that stage of the season, trying to make up ground in the postseason chase. Here's the 0-2, bounced in there, 1-2. Maybe if it's earlier in the year, they give him an opportunity to go 5 innings. Or a little more rope to do that, but Stephen Vogt not wanting to leave anything to chance in these games that mean everything right now.
They do. And, the Rockies, if they lose the first game of a homestand, they've been swept several times. So you got to get that first one and get them when you can. They really can't pass up too many more wins or too many more 1-0 losses and be competitive. They got to put together 2 and 3 out of 4.
The 2-2, low and outside, ball 3. Well, it's at that point, just a little bit more than a month to go in the season. Tonight, game number 129. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Beck strikes out. First strikeout for Herron. And now Mickey Moniak, the designated hitter, will step in. We were talking in the top half of this inning about the Major League debut for Mark Manfredi and how he got the news from AAA that he was going to the big leagues. Next pitch on the outside corner for a strike. How about for you? You were saying spring training?
Yeah, I was lucky. There were like 5 of us that were in Tucson, Arizona, not on the 40-man roster, no chance of making the team. And
the 0-1 swung on, blasted high and deep, but well foul right side.
And they took a bunch of us, me, Andy Allenson, Dave Clark, Swindell soon after, Farrell soon after out of spring training. They did go to AAA, but a bunch of us made the jump from AA to the big leagues, and it was dire times in Cleveland.
The 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3, wicked slider from Tim Herron. Back-to-back strikeouts start the 6th, and now Braxton Fulford, the catcher, will step in. Did they tell you near the end, or did you kind of know as it was going along?
They told me, I don't know about the other guys, they told me as they were getting on the bus to go to the airport to fly to Baltimore.
Fulford takes a pitch down low. Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't on the 40-man roster. They had added Andy Allenson, and Dave Clark was on the 40-man roster. Corey Snyder was on the 40-man roster. And right before we got on the bus, they released 2, Dave Von Olen and another lefty. And they said, "You're going with us." And I remember my exact words were, "Where?" And they said, "To Baltimore." And I said, "For what?" And they said, "You're on the roster. You're on the team."
The 2-0 is in tight, 3-0.
And 5 hours later, I'm sitting in old War Memorial Stadium looking at a home and a road jersey with my name on it. Wow. It was so cool.
The 3-0 pitch. There's a strike, 3-1.
Never got sent down. This is probably the highlight of my career.
That's hard to do. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, bouncing ball deep in the hole. It's short. Backhand pickup Hanau. Long throw. Got him at first. What a play by Angel Hanau. Showing off a strong arm at short.
Yeah, knew he had time to bounce it to give him a good pick at first. Great play.
Nate Lowe awfully sharp with the picks at first. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 7th. 5-1. Guardians in front.
Keep your summer fun going in the totally redesigned, totally hybrid Toyota RAV4. Now through August 31st, lease a new 26 RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for $329 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing for a contract cost of $15,514. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees with approved credit through TFS. Price will vary based on accessories. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
You hear that, Cleveland? Jack is the place where the lights call your name. Fun is the only requirement, and games will be played all night long. Lights, fun, games. LFG Cleveland, it's time to play at Jack. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit gamblinghelpohio.org.
With reimagined exhibits, the Cleveland Museum of Natural History invites you to experience science and nature. Select local cities visit free every weekend as part of the Jack Joseph and Morton Mandel Community Days. Go to cmnh.org.
In baseball, you win with a bullpen you can trust. On the job site, you win with equipment that is ready to go when you are. Ohio Cat Rentals works just as hard as you do, bringing dependable rental equipment from skid steers to scissor lifts to keep your job on track and your crew moving. No strikes, no outs, just solid machines that show up and get to work. With Ohio Cat behind you, you've got the support to knock your project out of the park. Visit ohiocat.com to buy or rent. Ohio Cat, proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
The Bloom Daddy Show, Cleveland's afternoon news, talk, and sports. Monday afternoon starting at 3. WTAM 1100.
New pitcher on for the Rockies as we head to the 7th. 5-1 Cleveland. Joe Adell the batter, and he takes a breaking ball outside from the right-hander, Zach Agnos. With the high leg kick and the 1-0 to Adell on the outside corner for a strike. Agnos appearing in his 33rd game. 0-2, an earned run average of 5.53. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for a ball. The offense much improved for Colorado, but they're pitching dead last in baseball overall. ERA, 5.5 runs a game. Bullpen 28th, just under 5 runs a game. Next pitch outside for a ball, and it's 2-1 on Adell. He's had a good night, 2 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. Guardians 5, Rockies 1. The 3-1 swung on, and that's bounced foul outside of third. And on the Northeast Ohio Ford Dealers out-of-town scoreboard, it has gone final. Jake Rogers, just acquired a couple of days ago, hits a walk-off home run, and the White Sox beat the Mets in Chicago 6-4. So the very best the Guardians can do in the division tonight is keep pace with the White Sox. They came in 4.5 back in third place. We'll get you some other scores of significance as we move along. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and Adell skies it to right. Settling under it is Beck, and he makes the catch near the line for out number 1. Other finals, the Yankees defeated the Blue Jays. That's significant in the wild card chase. 3-1 was your final score in the Bronx. As Toronto, they've been right in the thick of things wild card wise in the American League. They came in tied with the Guardians, a game back of that third and final wild card spot. So they've lost already, the Blue Jays have. Baltimore, a 5-3 winner over Tampa Bay. The Orioles, they're hanging in there. The 1-0. And it's outside to Lowe. The count's now 2-0. Minnesota, they're in the hunt. They're tied at San Diego, bottom of the fourth, tied at 2. Next pitch, outside and low. 3-0 to Lowe. Kansas City leading the Tigers 5-2 in the top half of the ninth inning. Detroit a half game behind the Guardians. It's scoreboard watching time, isn't it? That's the next pitch is in it.
Rosie, it's almost September. You got to start watching it. And I don't remember a September, and it's not quite, but with so many teams still with a pulse for postseason.
The 3-1 to Lowe. Outside ball 4. Nate Lowe draws a walk. Guardians have a one-out base runner here in the 7th. Well, it's interesting. I think we learned last year, if you take care of your game, it doesn't matter what everyone else does. And the Guardians, they were 19-4 down the stretch last year, so they were taking care of their game on a nightly basis, and everything worked out in the end.
19-4. That's a beautiful run.
Angel Henao, the batter, he takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Tonight, 5-1, Guardians out hitting the Rockies 9-4. And at it again here in the 7th. Agnos delivers, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 on Henao, who's 1 for 3 tonight. A single and a run scored back in the 4th.
And Cleveland keeps acquiring players like Angel and just young guys that keep their payroll down, but keep them competitive year after year. And I don't know how they do it, because the other small market teams don't seem to figure it out, except maybe Tampa Bay. But I'd put those two organizations in, like, if I'm coming out of college, I'm going to find out that mix and that recipe, because it's kept both teams relevant.
Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs for a ball, 1-2. Well, Henao certainly a crown jewel of the player development system. Signed and developed by Cleveland, and a steady climb. Some injury issues 2 years ago, but awfully solid this year. The 1-2 down low, 2-2. And there are more position players coming. Ralphie Velasquez last night for Columbus hit another home run. The big first baseman with 11 homers in his last 14 games at AAA. So he's waiting in the wings. And that's what Henao did. He just continued to take care of what he could at AAA and put himself in a great position. And when the opportunity arose, he was ready to go. 2-2 the count on him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henao down on strikes. Second out here in the 7th. First strikeout for Agnos. And here comes Travis Bazzana. Big night at the plate for Bazzana. 2 for 3 with a 2-run single that snapped a 1-all tie back in the 4th inning. Then he singled and later scored in the 6th. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on, lined up the middle, a base hit, center field. Moving up 90 feet is Lowe to second. And again, Bazzana was out here early today, and everything was going up the middle. And again, it's batting practice. Of course it's different. But he was working on staying in the middle of the diamond, and that's what we've seen tonight.
Every time. It's just been textbook up the middle. And even though it is BP, Rosie, that's what you're training for, to hit the ball that way, that part of the field. And boy, he's shown tonight that he's a quick learner.
Patrick Bailey, the batter, takes a pitch down low for ball 1. I thought it was interesting when you came to the booth today and you looked down there and there was no BP pitcher. which is different from your day.
Yeah, all machines. And in Double-A, where I've worked, it's all machines. And
the 1-0 is swung on and lifted high in the air. Deep right center, way back there. Home run, Patrick Bailey. It's a 3-run bomb for Bailey. And the Guardians have busted this one wide open. 8-1 Cleveland. Number 7 for Bailey as he launched it into the Rockies bullpen beyond the wall in right center. A 2-out home run off the bat of Bailey, and the Guardians are clicking on all cylinders tonight.
Bailey and who else? Who was the long one earlier?
There's a high fly ball off the bat of Petey Halpin, who hit the one earlier, and it is caught by the center fielder, Carrig, just as he got to the warning track in deep center. That retires the side, but Bailey's home run has given the Guardians an 8-1 lead. Stretch time in Denver on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off selected paints and stains August 14th through the 24th. Shop in store or purchase online for delivery. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
At Cleveland Clinic, the mission is to create a healthier world. So you give every life the best chance to thrive. You tackle health issues at the root of their cause. You go beyond your walls to make theirs a little safer. And when it's all said and done, you reinvest everything to keep bettering the world. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
Stuck in a dead-end job? Kick your career into high gear through a building trades apprenticeship. Ohio is calling up the next generation of skilled tradespeople across the state. We're hiring electricians, plumber, pipe fitters, iron workers, sheet metal workers, bricklayers, cement masons, boiler makers, roofers, insulators, laborers, elevator constructors, and painters and glazers. Don't miss your shot at big money and full benefits in a construction apprenticeship. Are you ready to build your future? Start your application today at OhioConstructionTrades.com.
The day's happening.
Today we learned here's what we know.
Every day.
In real time.
On WTAM 1100.
New pitcher on for the Guardians in the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is right-hander Colin Holderman. There's also a new right fielder, Angel Martinez, comes on to play right. Chase DeLauder out of the game. Up to the plate is Connor Norby for his second at-bat. Struck out his first time up, and he takes a pitch outside on the corner, actually, for strike one. Holderman with that upper 90s sinking fastball, and his next pitch is a slider that catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Now the 0-2. Low and away, 1-2. Norby, he came into the game when the shortstop Ezekiel Tovar had to leave the game after the 3rd inning, and the word from downstairs is that Tovar left the game. He wasn't feeling well. Illness for Tovar. The 1-2 swung on, popped him up foul, back out of play, and it'll remain 1-2 on Norby. Good season going for Colin Holderman. 6-3, an ERA of 2.39. This is appearance number 50, all out of the pen. He has 1 save, 46 strikeouts in 49 innings. The pitch, swung on, line to left, base hit. So Norby's aboard with a leadoff single Guardians in front 8-1. Tim Herron, good work. Retired all 4 batters he faced. He had a 1-2-3 6th inning. But, Scott, there's points in the game that are huge. And what he did when he came on with the bases loaded in the 5th could be the turning point.
Bases loaded, that's a brand new ball game. If he walks, gives up a hit, and, he gets the out, keeps it at 1 run, and then you add on. And now what could have been a Rockies tie game, a lead, you look down and the Guardians are up 8-1. So Herron got that out in that inning that changes the ball game, good or bad. That's the out. And they gave Cantillo the chance to get that out, and he didn't get it today, but he's been very good.
The 0-1 swung on, ground ball to short. Hanau steps on the back for 1, slings the throw to first in time, double play. What a play by Hanau. The only way he could do it was to take it himself. And did they say safe at first? McCarthy standing there.
I think they're going to check the replay.
No, it was replay potential, and the Rockies declined. So no replay, and he was indeed out. So a double play as Hanau. We haven't seen him much at shortstop because Brian Rocchio has been the everyday shortstop for the Guardians. But now playing shortstop very well here tonight.
And, he had to really let that ball go. I bet it was 90 plus because it was a slow hopper. He took it himself, took him time to get second. He really let that arm shine right there to get a fast runner.
Kyle Karros, the batter, takes a fastball. 1-1 the count on him. Karros is 1 for 3. There's Holderman's pitch. Outside and high. 2-1 the count. Guardians leading 8-1 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Here comes the 2-1. Off speed on the outside corner for a strike. Good breaking ball from Holderman.
I've always thought there should be a stat for that out that Herron got tonight, like a half a save, because that will be as big of an out as any in the 9th inning tonight. It's not always like that, but tonight it will be.
The 2-2 is popped up foul into the upper deck. Well, would a hold work?
I don't know. Do you get paid for holds? I don't know. I think when they first started counting holds, it was a thing for a couple of years, and if it's 8-1 and you get an out, you get a hold.
The 2-2 is upstairs. Well, runners inherited and runners who score, that is a significant stat for any relief pitcher, and Herron had 3 to the good tonight. The 3-2, breaking ball, down low, ball 4. So a 2-out walk keeps the inning going for Colorado. Cole Carrick will be the batter. Switch hitting outfielder will bat from the left side for the first time tonight. Carrick's 1 for 3 with a double. Hey, nobody has more electrified vehicles than Toyota, including a new lineup of battery electric vehicles. Check them out at Toyota.com. Here's the pitch. And it just missed inside, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. Off speed, down low. 2-0. We haven't heard the paid attendance yet, but Scott, for a night where the Broncos are playing at home, I know it's exhibition season, but it's the Broncos. Pretty good crowd on hand here tonight.
It's a good crowd, and yeah, they're 75 or 80,000 people a mile away. And my granddaughter pointed out today they also have downtown the largest jumpy house in America downtown, which, to a 6-year-old, that's bigger than football or MLB baseball at this point.
Hard to compete with that. The 3-0. That's inside, ball 4, and Holderman has walked back-to-back hitters to keep the inning going, and Patrick Bailey heads out to the mound right away.
And Holderman has been so good, and his stuff is so electric. In an 8-1 game, no reason to be picking at corners and trying to make a perfect pitch. This stuff rides too well and plays too well.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a week, as Holderman, after his last appearance last weekend against the Padres, had just a little bit of wrist soreness. So he was down, not on the injured list, but was down for a couple of days. This is his first appearance since then, so maybe just a little rust to shake off here.
That makes a little sense. And he doesn't look like he's still hurt, because in his conversation with Bailey, you saw a little smile on his face. So I think he's healthy, maybe just trying to be too fine here.
He faces T.J. Rumfield, the big first baseman. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back for strike 1. Rumfield, 2 walks and 3 trips to the plate tonight. And that minor ailment for Holderman, that's part of our Elk and Elk injury report. If an auto accident or medical malpractice caused you injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Next pitch, outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Still on the injured list, Slade Ciccone, coming back from some arm fatigue. Sean Armstrong with the calf injury, but he started to throw quite a bit. The 1-1, swung on, slapped foul over to the Guardians' dugout on that third base side. And it's 1-2. That one got in a hurry. Two down, 2 on. The big injury for the Rockies, Hunter Goodman, their all-star catcher, out with a sore shoulder.
Yeah, what a start to a career he has had. 2 all-star games, and he's not a huge guy either. He's a smaller catcher and has unbelievable power, and he has it not just here in Denver. It's Cindy Park. He's hitting home runs last season and this season until the injury.
The 1-2, swung on, blasted foul. That's out of play, left side. Well, the encouraging thing, if you're the Rockies, they've actually hit more home runs on the road this year than they have at home. Now, they've scored more runs at home, but it's not that big a gap. Only about a half run more here. The 1-2, swung on, and there's a pop-up left side, down the left field line, foul.
And also, I believe they've also scored as many runs this year, as of today, as all of last season in 2025, with 40 games to go.
Some real progress offensively, for sure.
Huge.
Still trying to figure it out pitching-wise. The 1-2, swung on, ground ball near short, backhand stop. Hanau, long throw, got him at first. Angel Hanau, highlight reel shortstop play tonight here in Denver. We know he could hit. Now we're seeing the glove. Side retired, no damage done. We head to the 8th. 8.
Get Cleveland clean at Clean Express Auto Wash and wash anywhere with our Wash Smart Unlimited membership that you can use at every location for one low price. Learn more at cleanexpresswash.com. Proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
In baseball, you win with a bullpen you can trust. On the job site, you win with equipment that is ready to go when you are. Ohio Cat Rentals works just as hard as you do, bringing dependable rental equipment from skid steers to scissor lifts to keep your job on track and your crew moving. No strikes, no outs, just solid machines that show up and get to work. With Ohio Cat behind you, you've got the support to knock your project out of the park. Visit ohiocat.com to buy or rent. Ohio Cat, proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
Get ready, Cleveland. Experience the wildest show in baseball as the Party Animals bring their one-of-a-kind, high-energy entertainment to Progressive Field on Friday, September 25th and Saturday, September 26th. Catch every trick play and over-the-top moment from the ballpark's most exclusive spaces, including the luxurious Lexus Carnegie Club, high-energy KeyBank North Coast Social, Echo Victory Club, private suites, and SeatGeek infield boxes right near the action. Premium inventory is limited and moving fast. Lock in your seats today at premium.cleguardians.com.
Guardians fans, we know what it takes to protect the land. We play hard, we cheer loud, and we always look out for our team. Now it's time to make a power move for your own health. Getting an HIV test is quick, free, and confidential. It's the ultimate defensive play to protect yourself and your partner. Don't strike out on your health. Visit loveleadshere.org to find a testing site near you or order a free at-home test kit. Know your status. Clear the bases. Protect the land.
Weather when you need it. Your severe weather station is WTAM 1100.
Stephen Kwan leading things off for the Guardians, who lead it 8-1, 8th inning. Zach Agnos continues for Colorado. Another big night for Kwan at the plate. A single, 2 walks, and an RBI. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner. Isn't this baseball? The one time they retired Kwan, he drove in a run.
Yeah, the turnaround from first April, May till the All-Star breaking on is one of the biggest turnarounds I've seen in a long time. I know Jose Ramirez, he had a kind of a run like that a couple seasons ago, and where he went from average ball player to a 400 hitter the rest of the way. But Kwan, it's just impressive, asking him to change positions and on top of everything. So very exciting, and it kind of sets the table for everything the Guardians offense is going to be going forward.
He takes a pitch down low, 2-1. He has been a great table setter, and he swings, chops one to second, booted by the second baseman, and the throw to first by Norby is not in time. Safe at first is Kwan on an error by the second baseman, Connor Norby. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Jim Rosenhaus along with Scott Bales filling in for Tom Hamilton on this road swing, the first portion of it. Hammy with the road trip off. He'll be back next Friday night when the team's back home against the Royals. Guardians up 8-1 as Angel Martinez bats for the first time tonight. Took over in right field for Chase DeLauder. Brian Motze back at command center, keeping things in a positive direction back there as the next pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. 26,800 is our attendance tonight here in Denver, and for as much struggles as they've had, they still have been averaging in the upper 20s in this beautiful ballpark. The 0-2 swung on, popped up foul, straight back and out of play. And we'll do it again on 0-2.
I think, Rosie, they do a nice job here. Ticket prices are still very affordable, and they allow people to bring food in their own containers.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on. There's a tapper near the middle. Picked up by Castro, the shortstop. Throws. Got him at first. Nice play by Castro on not a hard-hit ground ball. The Guardians may challenge. Let's see. It was a close play at first. They will not. Now they have drawn well despite not having a winning season here since 2018. And the last 3, they've lost more than 100 games.
And I think they do it with, if you go to an Avs game or a Nuggets or a Broncos game, you're sitting in the upper level for $250. where you can't see anything in any of those three sports. I know because I've bought those tickets. But the Rockies, you can come out and get a really good seat, in the lower level for $25, and you can bring snacks of your own in, and I think they know where they're at, and it's worked well for the organization.
Jose Ramirez, the batter, takes a pitch outside, so the count's 2-1 on Jose. With a runner at second base, 8-1, Cleveland in front here in the 8th. And there are so many unique spots to enjoy the game here. The 2-1 swung on, bounced foul outside of first. And basically, it's a three-tiered ballpark. You have that big lower level, then a kind of a club level. But that upper deck, it wraps all the way around.
Trivia question: What's the row of purple in the fourth level?
1 mile high.
I knew you've been here before, Rosie.
Yeah, I'm going up there tomorrow. Next pitch to Ramirez, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 down in the inning. Everything else, they're the green seats, very familiar, what we used to have at Progressive Field in Cleveland. So everything's green except for that row, maybe 10 rows from the very top, all the way around. It's purple, signifying exactly 1 mile above sea level. Hence the thin air up here. Joe Adell, the batter, swings and misses for strike 1. But then out in center, you have bleachers above the batter's eye. I mean, you're way up there, but what a view.
And I think those seats go.
The 0-1 is skied down the right side, and that drifts foul out of play.
There are certain nights, those center field seats, which are great seats, great view, $5. Wow. That's back in Buffalo prices in the 80s, right?
Yes.
The Buffalo, what were they?
The Bisons.
The Buffalo Bisons. The Rich family?
Yes.
Correct.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on, bounced foul. Still there. Still on the team. Now, this if you're looking to make those ballpark trips that so many fans like to do, see other ballparks, put this one on your list.
For sure.
You would be pleased, and it would be well worth the trip, no question.
And before we get in the ninth inning, I have to say I've had 27 text messages from former Cleveland Guardians fantasy camp teammates that I've coached through the years. We did it for 25 years. Tabler and Swindell and Jacoby and Corey Snyder and Candyman. And these guys all have my cell number. And slowly but surely, they've heard my voice, my horrible radio voice. And hi, everybody. And I'm sorry I haven't seen you in a couple of years.
The 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Adell down on strikes. Scott Bales joining us here in Denver for the weekend. A blast from the past. Cleveland baseball alum from the 80s. And along with the rest of us, we have seen the Guardians play good baseball tonight. It's 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
This is the call of the Australian rubber bird.
Snap! Snap!
This is the call of the Alaskan chili bird.
Jeez, it's cold. Jeez, it's cold. Jeez, it's cold.
And this is the call of the marathon mascot bald eagle, Max.
Hi, it's Max.
Hello.
Did you know you could save up to $1 a gallon with the Marathon Rewards app?
No. Thanks for the call.
Marathon, where fun runs on full. Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
Hey Guardians fans, are you thinking of consolidating your debt with a home equity loan? With the average homeowner having over $200,000 of home equity, hit it out of the park with Union Home Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
Union Home Mortgage Corp is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 2229.
At Cleveland State University, opportunity is everywhere. This is where hard work pays off and success is earned, not left to chance. Here, you're never on your own. You can chase your dreams, you can change your mind, and if you stumble along the way, try again. There's always room for another comeback story. Opportunity doesn't wait. It works. At Cleveland State, you can. Visit csuohio.edu today. Cleveland State University is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
This is Bill Wills. Join me Monday on Cleveland's Morning News with Wills and Snyder. Time Hamilton checks in 8:45, WTAM 1100.
New pitcher on for the Guardians in the 8th inning. It's right-hander Craig Yoho facing Willie Castro, who's 1 for 3 on the night. His RBI single put the Rockies in front way back in the 1st inning, and they haven't done much since. Just 5 hits allowed by Guardians pitching. And Yoho's the 4th pitcher on the night for Cleveland. The trade deadline acquisition from the Brewers. And Yoho on the year, 22 appearances, 2-1, an ERA of 4.85. The pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, but Castro's not convinced. He challenges the call by home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson. So this one heads to the ABS challenge room, and it is a strike.
Full ball, well within the strike zone.
Not a good challenge.
Not a good challenge. And I'm still not 100% sold on that. I loved when umpires would work with a starting pitcher and you established an area and proved you could keep hitting that spot and you could get that call.
Jordan Beck, the batter, grounds one up the middle. Backhand knockdown by Bazzana, but he can't squeeze it and make a throw. So safe at first is Beck. And the Rockies have a base runner. That'll be a base hit, infield single for Colorado's Jordan Beck. Now Mickey Moniak, the DH, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's Yoho's pitch. Swung on, and that's drilled to left field. Kwan goes back, makes the catch. Going halfway and retreating is Beck. 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Braxton Fulford. Guardians leading here 8-1. White Sox have already won tonight. Meanwhile, the 2 teams currently tied for that 3rd and final wildcard playoff spot, their games are getting a little bit deeper. Here's the pitch to Fulford. Outside for a ball, snapped over to first, not in time. Texas, one of those teams. They're at home tonight to the Angels, and the Angels have just scored in the top half of the 10th to take a 1-0 lead. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, that's looped foul, out of play, lower deck right side. The other team is the Twins. They're in San Diego tonight, and the Padres lead that game 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Cleveland heading into the night was tied with the Blue Jays, a game back of Minnesota and Texas. The Blue Jays have already lost tonight. The 2-1. Down low, 3-1. They lost in the Bronx 3-1. And the 2 teams right behind Cleveland by a half game. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, line foul off the netting down the line. Do we look in the rearview mirror, or do we just keep straight ahead?
Just who's above you.
All right, don't worry about the guys behind.
They got to catch you. I'm not going to worry about those guys.
All right.
I want to catch one of those guys a half a game and a half ahead of us.
We'll
keep moving up the
next pitch, fouled off at home plate.
But who are the 2 teams right now?
All right.
Now you got me. Now I'm curious.
I piqued your interest. Detroit is one of them, and they lost at Kansas City 5-2. Baltimore won. They were at home to Tampa Bay tonight, and they defeated the Rays 5-3. So they're hanging around. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball down low. Ball 4. A couple of base runners now for the Rockies, with the Guardians up 8-1. Not for nothing, Scott Bales, but it just seems like in this place it can be 8-1, but I'll guarantee you Stephen Vogt is not going to be comfortable until the last out in the ninth.
Well, no one's comfortable with guys walking 1 or 2 hitters. If you have a 1-run lead or a 7-run lead like this, but like to your point, especially here, a weird fly ball, and this game's 8-4, and there's still 2 outs in the 8th. So this park more than anywhere, walks can really come back and bite you.
The 0-1 misses outside, and it's 1-1 to Connor Norby, the number 9 hitter, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Right-handed batter. The 1-2. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball deep down the left field line near the corner. It is hooking foul. Not by much, but just enough. Boy, and there's exactly what you were talking about.
And probably shouldn't have verbally expressed that thought, because it almost happened. And that's a ball that's not hit very well. Kind of jammed the hitter, made a good pitch, and he still hit it 360 feet down the left field, just barely foul.
The 1-2. Swung on, lashed foul, first base side out of play. And we'll do it again on 1-2 to Connor Norby. Jordan Beck's the base runner at second. Braxton Fulford's on at first. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, 8-1 Cleveland. Yoho delivers. Called strike 3 at the knees on the outside corner. And Yoho works out of it with no damage done. We are headed to the 9th. The Guardians 8, the Rockies 1.
Peter & Company Jewelers in Avon Lake is family-owned and trusted for almost 40 years. From engagement rings that take her breath away to timeless pieces that celebrate every milestone. Stop in or go to peterjewelers.com. It's where Cleveland gets engaged.
Choices. They make life better. And at Wayside Furniture, we believe more choices can make the difference between finding furniture that works and finding furniture that's perfect. That's why our massive 5-acre showroom is packed with sofas, chairs, bedroom sets, dining rooms, mattresses, and more. All at the everyday low prices you deserve. Don't settle for just a few options, because when it comes to furniture, the right choice makes all the difference. Wayside Furniture, keeping it local since 1937.
Need a quick dinner in between games or practices? Try Rana Pasta. Our ravioli and tortellini are created with delicate pasta and premium ingredients like fresh vegetables and creamy ricotta. Best of all, our pasta can be made in under 5 minutes with 3 easy steps. Make a meal that will be a real grand slam. Find our products today in the refrigerated section at your local Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians.
You'll find everything you need.
The next pitch, DeLauder hammers one high, deep to right. There she goes, halfway up the bleachers and right.
Nothing beats a summer Friday night under the ballpark lights. Catch the Guardians and Royals on Friday, August 28th, featuring Sugardale Dollar Dogs, $2 Miller Lite pregame, and Phantom fireworks after the final out thanks to Hyundai. Plus, 10,000 fans will take home a throwback 1970s t-shirt thanks to Cleveland State University. Get your tickets now at CLEGuardians.com.
The Bloom Daddy Show. Played out in and around Cleveland. Tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Nathaniel Lowe leads things off in the 9th for the Guardians, facing Zach Agnos, and Lowe launches one to left. This is hit a ton. Way back there, leaping at the wall is McCarthy. He can't get to it. It bangs off the top of the fence, and chugging into second base with a double is Nathaniel Lowe. And he didn't miss a home run by much.
That ball had some carry on it the opposite way. I mean, great swing. You can't pull it. Yeah, he got the hands through. That ball went right over his glove, barely hit below the yellow line. 6 inches short of being a home run.
He has some big, strong power. There's no question about it. Up to the plate, Angel Hanau, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Hanau's 1 for 4 at the plate, but he has made 2 fielding gems tonight at short. The 0-1. Down low. 1-1. Agnos trying to go 3 innings in relief as the Rockies trying to get through this game using only 3 pitchers despite allowing 8 runs on a dozen hits. The 1-1 down low, 2-1. Agnos came into tonight's game with 63 2/3 innings of relief, 4th most in the National League, and he's tacking onto that here tonight. The right-hander with the 2-1 swung on and foul tipped at home plate. 2-2 the count. Angel Hanau, what an addition he's been to this ball club since being called up from AAA Columbus. His minor league season, he was hitting .300 with power. His OPS was in the mid-800s. And not only did he foul that ball off his foot, but then he stepped on the baseball, might have turned his ankle, it looked like.
He did. He got his foot fully on top. Ankle went all the way to the dirt. Side of his cleat was on the. Yeah, that's. You get hit by the ball on the foul tip, and then you step on the ball. No, I don't think I've ever seen that. He's going to stay in and keep swinging.
Enbridge Gas Ohio wants to remind you, whether you're an individual or contractor, state law requires you call 811 before you dig to have underground utilities marked. Play back in the 2-2. Swung on and tapped slowly to the first baseman Rumfield. Flips to the pitcher covering. Agnos is there for the out. Advancing to third on the play is Lowe with 1 down. Brings up Travis Bazzana. Big night for Bazzana. 3 for 4. His first single, a 2-run single to left. Since then, back-to-back sharp line drive singles to center. So not only the 3 hits, but where they went, that's significant as he tries to get back to a hot stretch, and now he rips one foul right side down the line. Infield in for the Rockies. But it just looks like a more confident hitter up there as the at-bats go by. And we've seen it when he first came up. Got on a pretty good hot stretch. The 0-1 waved out and missed. 0-2. And if he can catch another one down the stretch, that's just another cog in what is becoming a little bit longer lineup with the additions of Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe at the trade deadline. And Angel Hanau coming up from the minor leagues. Now the 0-2. Swung on, line, base hit, right center. Lowe will score. And for Travis Bazzana, a 4-hit night. 9-1 Cleveland.
We don't see that much out of, your new call-up, one of your latest call-ups, just battling every at-bat and putting up another hit. And like we saw him working pre-game towards the middle of the field, not trying to do too much, get the meat of the bat on the ball, and good things happen, especially in a huge stadium like Coors Field.
Well, it's a 3 RBI, 4-hit night for Travis Bazzana. The night is over for Zach Agnos as he will head to the dugout. Pitching change for the Rockies. And it's going to be a position player. Brett Sullivan is on to pitch for the 7th time. So,
in his career or this season?
This season.
Oh my goodness.
Sullivan, a catcher by trade, is on to pitch for the 7th time this year. Not bad numbers, really. 7 innings. He's allowed 4 runs on 10 hits. Has a strikeout, a couple of walks.
ERA right in line with most of the Rockies pitchers.
Actually, his ERA is lower than the team ERA. His ERA is 5.14, and the Rockies came in at 5.51. And that, they made tremendous strides offensively, but there is still a long way to go pitching-wise, and that, again, almost back to the start of this franchise in 1993. They've been trying to figure out pitching because it is different here in the Mile High City. And it has not been easy, but they're starting to stockpile some good young arms in the minor leagues. They're just not here yet. So Sullivan will try and finish this thing up, facing Patrick Bailey. A runner at first, a run in here in the ninth. It's 9-1 Cleveland. And Bailey will bat 1 for 4 on the night. A 3-run home run his last time. And he swings and drills one high and deep left center. And that hits the warning track and hops up into the seats. It's a ground rule double for Patrick Bailey. And Bazzana will have to stop at third. So a 2-hit night for Bailey as he stayed back on the off-speed pitch.
Would we call that a curveball?
Sure.
Is it an ephus?
I don't think it was slow enough.
Change up?
Not slow enough to be an ephus.
Bailey had a plan, and usually it's tough to hit these guys because it's so slow compared to, it's like hitting slow pitch softball pitching.
Petey Halpin, the batter, pops one up foul into the upper deck on the right side. Halpin tonight homered to tie the game at the time back in the third inning. That was a key point in the game. Next pitch to him, outside for a ball. He's also walked in 4 trips. Next pitch to Halpin, swung on, smashed foul down the right field line.
If Sullivan's going to learn to be a really good reliever, he has to learn this. Okay, you can give up the other guys' runs, but don't give up your own.
The 2-2 is lined to center, caught by the center fielder Carrig. Tagging but not going is Bazzana at third base. Wisely so with an 8-run lead.
Right.
2 down.
And that was a great catch and throw right there by the center fielder.
So still runners at second and third, and Stephen Kwan will bat. Here's Sullivan's pitch. Kwan swings, lines it to right, coming on, diving attempt, and Beck made the catch. A shoestring grab by Beck, and that retires the side. 2 nice plays defensively. Sullivan works out of it. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 9-1, Guardians in front.
Hi, I'm Pat Moran, owner of Window World and a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Today's game is brought to you by another winning team, Window World. We're family owned right here in Ohio, and for more than 23 years, we've been providing you with quality windows, doors, siding, and gutters professionally installed, backed by a lifetime warranty, and always at a great price. So let's hit a grand slam together and call the Window World team at 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com for a free in-home estimate.
Let's talk NOPEC. NOPEC uses the bulk buying power of nearly 1 million customers in over 250 Ohio communities to negotiate competitive electric and natural gas rates. They also work behind the scenes, challenging utility rate increases and fighting for consumer-friendly energy policies. For more than 25 years, NOPEC has been working to keep your energy bills affordable. Learn more at nopec.org or by calling NOPEC's 24/7 Customer Care Center.
Need new tires? Here's a tip. Skip the good old kick for quality entirely. Get to your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer, the smart choice for tires without the footwork. Whatever you drive, any make or model, they've got you covered with a great selection of major tire brands, expertly installed by certified pros. And the kicker? Your Ford dealer often has deals that beat dedicated tire shops. So, when it's time for new tires, roll with your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer.
Step back in time and celebrate America's pastime at the Baseball Heritage Museum at League Park, the birthplace of Cleveland baseball. Relive legendary moments and discover the history that shaped the game we love. Visit baseballheritagemuseum.org today.
The Bloom Daddy Show. Played out in and around Cleveland. Monday afternoons starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Matt Festa on the pitch for the Guardians in the bottom half of the ninth inning. 9-1 Cleveland. What a way to start the road trip and the 3-game series here in Denver. Plenty of offense and quality pitching by Joey Cantillo and then the bullpen. And now Festa to finish it off, facing the top of the lineup and Jake McCarthy. McCarthy is 0 for 3. The pitch, swung on, yanked foul outside of first base. Strike one. Matt Festa on for the 55th time. 2 and 3, an earned run average of 3.93. Here comes his 0-1 pitch. And McCarthy takes it down low. Checked his swing. 1-1. Festa is the fifth pitcher on the night for Cleveland. Cantillo started, went 4 2/3, allowed a run on 4 hits. The 1-1, swung on, popped up foul straight back. Then Tim Herron with the heavy lifting in that 5th inning, worked out of a bases-loaded jam, no damage done. He worked an inning and a third of scoreless baseball, and then Colin Holderman and Craig Yoho with scoreless innings apiece. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, there's a bouncing ball to short. Gobbled up by Hanau, fires to first just in time. Whew. McCarthy can fly, huh?
McCarthy can run, and Angel, I think, believed he had a little more time than he actually had. And once he feels it, brings it up, takes a little crow hop, sees it, and again, he's showing off some kind of arm, which I didn't know he possessed. He looks pretty happy about it, too, when we see a close-up of him.
Here's Kyle Karros, 1 for 3 with a walk. The pitch, in tight, ball 1. Same two teams tomorrow night a half hour earlier, 8:10 start Cleveland time. Here's the pitch, and that's inside. 2-0. Tanner Bybee back out there for the Guardians against right-hander Gabriel Hughes for Colorado. The 2-0. Swung on, popped it up, foul. And it's off to the first base side, out of play. 2-1 the count. Hey, don't forget, you can vote for your signature ballpark dish that you'd most like to try anywhere in baseball with the Ballpark Bites bracket. It's your chance to win tickets to a stadium of your choice and try some of the great food options like Cleveland's spicy Thai fries. Vote at MLB.com/bracket. No purchase necessary. But you really should purchase some of that stuff.
Thai fries, I'm in.
The 2-2. Swung on. There's a fly ball to right. Martinez is there. Makes the catch. 2 down. You like those, huh?
Haven't had them, but I've never met a fry I didn't like, so I'm sure the Thai would be a nice addition.
Spice it up a little bit. Pinch hitter for the Rockies. It is rookie Zach Veen. Boy, they're high on this kid, too. Just up last week. One of the top prospects for Colorado. Extremely fast. Here's the pitch. And it's in tight, ball 1, but the Guardians want a challenge. Patrick Bailey challenges. He thought that was a strike.
I like it. I like this challenge.
And it was a strike. So 0-1 the count on Veen.
There's a challenge in the first and a challenge in the ninth.
It doesn't carry over to tomorrow, so
use them or lose them.
A lot of times players just figure, well, might as well use it. Here's the 0-1. Up and in. Did he check it? Nope. Too far. 0-2 the count. And now Festa can end it with a strikeout. Veen is 5 for 18 in his first 7 games in the big leagues, but 2 home runs and 7 driven in. Now the 0-2. Festa delivers. Way upstairs. Ball one. 9-1 Cleveland. About as good a start to a key road trip as you can get. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the Guardians win the series opener 9-1 here in Denver.
Cleveland Metro Park's Emerald Necklace has 9 pristine golf courses surrounded by scenic beauty for you to explore. Book your tee time at clevelandmetroparks.com/golf. Your time, your place. Cleveland Metro Parks.
A lot of businesses are in a pinch right now. They need more workers to keep things running, but they're not ready to hire anyone full-time. If you're one of those businesses, you might consider flexible labor from Minuteman Staffing. Minuteman has over 50 years' experience providing light industrial and warehouse workers in Northeast Ohio. They're ready for the job with drug screens and background checks. And Minuteman handles all the workers' comp and payroll. Reach out to them today. MinutemanInc.com.
More flavors, more indulgence, more reasons to choose Perry's ice cream. Richer, creamier, real ice cream in every scoop makes Perry's a home run combination. Whether you're watching the Guardians at home or at the ballpark. From curated classics to bold originals and everything in between, Perry's has a flavor for you. Make every day a winner and treat yourself to Perry's at Progressive Field or find us at your local retailer today. Perry's is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
2026 will be a banner year as we celebrate 50 years of the Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame. Our brand new museum features interactive displays and unique storytelling of our region's greatest athletes and personalities. 540 legends from Jesse Owens to Carol Heiss-Jenkins, Katie Moon, and Stipe Miocic. Visit clevelandsportshall.com to learn how your nonprofit youth sports group could earn grant funding. Follow us on X, Instagram, and all social media.
Check in for Cleveland's news, talk, and sports.
See what's happening
on WTAM 1100.
Welcome back to Coors Field in Denver following a 9-1 Guardians win over the Rockies in the series opener. We're joined on this portion of the road trip by Scott Bales from the Cleveland Guardians vintage mid to late 80s. Cleveland Indians, I should say, mid to late 80s. Filling in for Hammy on this portion of the trip. And Scott, a big road trip, obviously. All the games big the rest of the way. Can't ask for a better way to start in so many different phases tonight.
Yeah, I mean, everything was great. I mean, I don't see why this team doesn't keep moving on. Win 2 out of 3, win 2 out of 3. Get right back into this, the lead of this division. I think they have as good a starting pitching as any team in baseball. I think their bullpen, the arms I saw tonight, they're not easy guys to hit down there, and we didn't even see Kate Smith, maybe the best closer in the game right now. So I think the Guardians are in a great place. I know you'd rather be 4.5 games up, but I still don't believe the White Sox are the team that's going to run away with this league. They're young. They haven't won together. The Guardians have. So I'm pretty pumped about it. And with a win tonight, I guess I get a come back tomorrow night, maybe.
You do. And we'd have brought you back had
one-day contract.
If the result had been different, you still could have come back. But it's nice to get a win under your belt. I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Awesome. Thanks, Rosie.
That is Scott Bales from the Cleveland Indians back in the mid to late 80s. And we will be back with the wrap-up show shortly. First, the final numbers from tonight's ball game for the Guardians. Final line score, 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors, and Cleveland left 10 men on base. On the other side for Colorado, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors, 11 men left. The winning pitcher was Tim Herron in relief. He's now 2-4. The loss going to Tanner Gordon, who falls to 0-4. Time of the game, 2 hours, 50 minutes. Paid crowd, 26,800 here at Coors Field. Now stay tuned. It's Guardians Wrap-Up, and it comes your way next.
Cleveland Guardians Baseball has been brought to you by Cleveland Clinic. When defying the odds is your aim, the right care can change everything. By Progressive. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers. By Dollar Bank, proud banking partner of the Cleveland Guardians. By Marathon. Join Marathon Rewards today and start earning on every fill-up. Cleveland Guardians Baseball, also brought to you by Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians. By Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care, your number one choice for tires and service repair.
TTX is proud to be an official technology partner of the Cleveland Guardians. For over 40 years, we've learned, adapted, and invested in relationships as IT and voice technologies have evolved into new opportunities for businesses. But what we've learned most is that IT leaders are often the unsung heroes of Ohio's best companies and organizations, and that behind every great solution are great people. Find us on the web at ttx-inc.com. TTX, technically, people matter.
Racing back is Quan, reaching out on a dead sprint, makes the catch, slams into the wall, loses his cap, but not the baseball.
Bring the whole family to Progressive Field when the Guardians face the Royals on Sunday, August 30th. It's the final Kids Fun Day of the summer. Come down early for face painters, mascot performances, and nonstop ballpark fun. Plus, all kids can take the field after the game for Run the Bases, presented by Cleveland Clinic Children's. Grab your tickets now at cleguardians.com.
The Guardians Wrap-Up Show is brought to you by Cleveland Clinic. For everyone, everywhere, for every care in the world. By Progressive. Bundle home and auto and save at progressive.com. By Bet365, where winning is everything. The Guardians Wrap-Up Show, also brought to you by Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians.
Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome back to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It is Guardians Wrap-Up. Jim Rosenhaus along with you following a 9-1 win for the Guardians over the Rockies tonight. We will have all the highlights on our Honda Drive It Home game summary. We will hear from manager Stephen Vogt. But first, a look at the all-important out-of-town scoreboard. And as always, that's presented by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And certainly a game of importance in the division chase. The first place Chicago White Sox, they walked off the Mets tonight on the south side, 6-4. Recently signed Jake Rogers hit a 2-run home run to win it for Chicago in the ninth. So 6-4. White Sox a winner over the Mets. The Guardians remain 4.5 back of first place Chicago in the American League's Central Division. Other scores impacting the wild card chase, and we will start with Baltimore's 5-3 victory at home against Tampa Bay heading into play tonight. The Guardians were a game behind Texas and Minnesota for that third and final wild card spot. Baltimore, they were 2.5 back, but they pick up a win tonight at home against the Rays, 5-3. The Blue Jays, they had come into play tonight tied with the Guardians a game back, but they lose in New York by a final score of 3-1. Other games in the major leagues, the Twins, they were tied with Texas for that third and final wild card spot. And in the bottom of the eighth inning, San Diego leads Minnesota 6-2. That game in San Diego. And where's that Texas game? Texas, they were hosting the Angels. And the Rangers pull it out with 2 in the bottom of the 10th inning, 2-1. The Rangers win at home tonight, so they maintain their status in that third and final wild card playoff spot heading into play tomorrow. Now, we still have a long way to go, but it's still fun to watch scoreboards and see what's going on. Other scores, finals from earlier tonight, Milwaukee over Atlanta in Milwaukee, 2-1. It was the Phillies 7, St. Louis 6. That game went 10 innings in Philadelphia. The Red Sox defeated the Giants 6-4 at Fenway Park in the return of Rafael Devers to Fenway. Miami defeated Washington 3-2. That game was played down in Miami. Games going on. Arizona shutting out the Reds in Phoenix 6-0, top half of the 7th. Seattle leads the Cubs 5-3, top of the 6th in Seattle. And it's the Dodgers 4, the Pirates 2 at Dodger Stadium, bottom half of the 5th inning. Right here, 9-1. The Guardians a winner tonight over the Colorado Rockies here in Denver. We'll have our Honda Drive It Home game summary after this.
Rosie here. You know catchers are a lot like the Rose Home Service Program, always protecting home. The Rose Home Service Program keeps your home pest-free year-round. You can choose from 3 options, basic, advantage, or premium. Each addresses different needs, budgets, and comes with a dedicated technician. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
TTX is proud to be an official technology partner of the Cleveland Guardians. For over 40 years, we've learned, adapted, and invested in relationships as IT and voice technologies have evolved into new opportunities for businesses. But what we've learned most is that IT leaders are often the unsung heroes of Ohio's best companies and organizations, and that behind every great solution are great people. Find us on the web at ttx-inc.com. TTX, technically, people matter.
The next pitch, DeLauder hammers one high, deep to right. There she goes, halfway up the bleachers and right.
Nothing beats a summer Friday night under the ballpark lights. Catch the Guardians and Royals on Friday, August 28th, featuring Sugardale Dollar Dogs, $2 Miller Lite pregame, and Phantom fireworks after the final out thanks to Hyundai. Plus, 10,000 fans will take home a throwback 1970s t-shirt thanks to Cleveland State University. Get your tickets now at CLEGuardians.com.
Juice from the future? We all grew up on fruit punch, apple juice, orange juice, you name it. Tasted great, but let's be real. You can't drink that all day without getting weighed down by sugar. Loom reprogrammed that with Juice Hydration. It's lighter, keeps you going, and still hits those nostalgic flavors you grew up with. Just made for right now. Available at Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians.
You'll find every